No. It's all good. It's all good. Oops, wrong button. We're gonna hit this one.
Having lewd conversations while we start the stream.
We were about vampy goth chicks. It was awesome. Welcome everyone. How you doing? We're gonna do.
I do love the
Citadel
vampy
stuff.
gals.
Oh, same. Absolutely same. Goth chicks rule the world. It's amazing. Welcome everyone. This is going to be another one shot of Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel because scheduling is incredibly difficult. And I really wanted to continue playing on Tuesday evenings because it has been far too long. So, we've added a new friend. We have some familiar faces from our traditional Auric group that would be playing this evening anyways. And we're gonna just go around and do the introductions, as it were, starting with our newest fresh-faced cast member here. Hello, please introduce yourself.
Oh, I have to go first. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
Thrown to the wolves.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know. I
What
don't even
nerves?
get a setup of how this is how we do it. It's just like, okay.
You are defining it right now.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Ellie or Elbel, or L. I am a variety streamer. I play a lot of retro or indie games. I also love to talk about D&D and love tabletop RPGs. And I love food and the color pink.
Who are you playing this evening?
This evening I am playing Flan, and I'm very excited.
Flan,
We made her in
the
chat
goblin barbarian, who we will meet in just a bit. And as a getting to know you question, what is your favorite ice cream?
Moose Tracks or mint chip.
Yeah, I'm always a fan of the ones that actually have chocolate chunks in them, right? Like any one
Right?
of those kinds of things. Yeah, totally.
They
Good
make
choice.
it. They make it.
Good choice. Well, welcome to the show. Continuing across for me here, this goes to Blurred Without Fear. Ernie, please, an introduction since it's been such a long time since we've all been on screen together.
Hell yeah.
Who are you and who are you playing?
Felt this is like the kindergarten cop section. Who's your daddy and what does he do? But no, my name is Ernie. I'm Blur Without Fear over on YouTube. I am a comic book commentator is I guess the proper term. I talk about comics. I break them down, explain connections to things that have happened, whether they are recent or from a very long time ago, maybe even before I was born. And yeah, talk about X-Men, Batman, Superman, and all the other superheroes that people love to talk about. And yeah, I am yeah, you can call me Ernie, you can call me Blurred, I'll answer to either, doesn't matter. And yeah, happy
Nice
to be back.
Glad
Ernie.
to have you here.
Ernie, are you excited
Yes.
for Multiverse Saga?
Oh yes, I'm always down for a good secret war.
Hell yeah, dude. I see what you did there.
Nice.
Oh, and ice cream.
Yeah.
I have no favorite in particular, but I
Unacceptable.
am currently with a vanilla and caramel milkshake.
That'll pass though. That's good. All right. All right, we'll take that for now. Thank you very much and welcome back to the table. Continuing around here, we have the Phenomenon. Please introduce yourself and who you'll be playing this evening.
I'm not going to just say Twitch today. Don't worry.
Oh yeah?
It's gonna be-
All right, great.
You're always like, where do you find you? And I'm just like, Twitch.
Twitch. And that's it. I'm like, all right, moving on.
Yeah. Duh. God, come on, Joel. You know this. Jesus. I am Phenomenon. I am a full-time partner streamer on Twitch, of course. I love RPGs. I love retro games. But one thing you'll notice about my channel is the games are often in the backdrop. They're just the icebreaker and the conversation piece. I spend just as much time ignoring the game and reading chat as I am playing it. So I'm playing Previous Swiftblade, a very, very old gray dwarf. Not like a Dorgar, like he's got gray hair. He's old. He's like 300 years old. He's up there.
Oh, he's an old man.
Yeah. He
Nice.
carries a tower shield. He wears full plate. He tells the most inane, long-winded stories that go nowhere all the time. And when women are around, he can't help but stutter in everything he says.
Perfect. Great. All right. Welcome back. Favorite ice cream though? If there is one. We did let Ernie get away with not having one.
It's kind of a cheat answer, but
Sure.
there was a Girl Scout cookie ice cream that was their Samoa's brand.
Okay. Love Samoa, so I can totally understand that. Did it have like chunks of it in there, or is it just like, we swirled this into an ice cream?
Both.
Oh, all right. I can dig it. That sounds good.
It was good.
Damn. All right. And rounding it up, last and certainly not least, the Simply Jackson, Leslie.
Hello.
Please introduce yourself and who you're playing this evening.
My name is Simply Jackson, or Leslie, or Shrimps, or Simply, or whatever you want to call me. That's my most common character name in games now. They're like, "What's your name?" I'm like, Shrimps. I don't stream very much at the moment. I'm trying to get back into it. It's been kind of a uphill battle with work and anxiety, but I'm getting there. So patience is always appreciated. But you can still see me on Twitter at simply_JXN, where I happened to post a little preview picture for my character today, named Treaty, and she is a satyr.
Adorable is the word there.
Satyr.
Who's satyr?
Weezer. Yeah.
Unbelievably adorable. And this is where I just begin to realize that I forgot to update the pronouns on everyone's sheet for their characters because I was rushing. So I'm just going to do that live while we go through things. While we go through things, because I know what they are now, and I just totally forgot to update them while I was doing everything else. I knew I'd find something that I had forgotten to do today. This was kind of one of those last-minute things that we threw together because I really wanted to play D&D. So we're going to do that. Yeah. We're going to play a Radiant Citadel adventure.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Wait, while you do that, can I do the thing that I always do?
What is the thing that you always do?
Hi, chat. Just in case you're interested in more D&D content or you want to check out more really cool things that are happening in the D&D world, you can always follow Jewel or Diefall Productions here or on Twitter. You can also sub to their Patreon. They have really cool features that include like fan and crowd-based content, like character creation and small adventures on their own. And it benefits Joel, who can keep putting his productions on full time. If you want to hire him for a DM, he's hireable.
That is true. That is accurate.
Just letting you know.
Thank you, Leslie.
Leslie's the best. Like Leslie, can you come be like my hype person?
Just hype me, please.
Big me up. Yeah.
We could all use one of those.
It's so funny because when it comes to promoting my own stuff, I'm just like, I do stuff I don't know.
But you do mine. I don't know.
I moved a tiger rug into the room. That's what I did today. That's my life.
Look. Everyone should have a Leslie in their corner.
True.
I eat pizza and I hype my friends up. I don't know what to tell you.
Lucky to have a Leslie in our corner. That is for sure. Yeah, thank you. And you know what?
Please. I mean, in all reality, you guys please consider supporting Joel. He's great. He's great.
I would appreciate it, but you definitely don't have to. I would much prefer that you just enjoy the content. And if you would like to head on over to youtube.com/runawayrobot, you can find all of the stuff that these people are involved in and other casts as well over there. It's way too much. It is entirely too much content to actually consume, so I suggest you just pick one and follow that. And
don't tell me what to do.
Okay, dude. All right, fine.
I will do this right now if I want to. Okay?
Ben, thank you for gifting subs.
Ooh, and Void.
It's fine. It's fine.
Big D&D person, makes art. Very cool.
We are.
I'm just gonna be like, this person's cool in chat. That person's cool in chat.
Shout them all out.
Secretly, I just lurk on everybody, and I'm like, you're so cool. I'm so cool. I'm a big fan too.
There's so many cool people.
Export
there's so much amazing content. It's just like overwhelming most of the time.
There it is. Boom. You know what? I love, like, there is one thing that producing tabletop stuff has gotten me intimately familiar with, and that is After Effects, Premiere Pro, and Photoshop. It's done. It's done, except I gave blurred she, her. So we're gonna fix that too.
I mean, look, impromptu character change.
God.
I would just roll with it.
Was I thinking about Leslie while she was doing the pitch there? Yes. Yes, I was. Man,
I'm not mad about this.
We are starting. See, this is why Ellie, I said don't have any nerves, because I'm a mess. So don't you dare worry.
You're real. You're not a mess. You're real.
I'm something. I don't know.
He's like, I'm something.
I think mess more personifies what I actually am. So, hey, do you guys want to play some Dungeons and Dragons? Would that be fun?
I don't know. Can I think about it?
I gave you quite a long time to think about it, I believe,
Right.
in the last 2 weeks when I pitched this thing.
Yeah.
So there is that. But yeah, okay, it looks like everything's good now. Yeah, let's play some D&D. We're gonna roll some dice, and it's gonna be in the Radiant Citadel, which is awesome. Love this place. Gonna drag you on out to a map here so you can take a big ol' look-see at the Radiant Citadel itself. And chat, I will get you all spooled up on this end to be able to see what's going on here on this big old crystal island floating in ether space. Yeah, there's a lot going on here, but the Radiant Citadel is a testament to a lost age of extraordinary magic and mythical beasts. The city rises from a gargantuan fossil, and every road and building has been carved from it. The Citadel is a place of beauty and wonder with a vast array of vegetation and a multitude of sights and inhabitants. Continuing onwards, the Auroral Diamond is the heart of the Radiant Citadel, a massive gemstone of unfathomable power. Its life-giving magic runs through the entire city. The city's vegetation, water, light, and unique artifices depend on the diamond itself. Occasionally, it changes colors for unknown reasons. Sometimes it holds color for an entire year. Sometimes it switches twice in a single week. But rarely does it ever repeat the same color. The Auroral Diamond is indestructible. And whatever magic hollowed it out of the gemstone center and created this is unknown. It's just cool and magical and fun. That is kind of the main center of this here. We won't be spending a whole lot of time in the Radiant Citadel on our adventure, but the part that we will be in is the Court of Whispers for a little bit of time here. This is where our shield bearers, our adventurers, will be receiving their mission for the day. Across the city there is the House of Convalescence, uses the life-giving energies of the Auroral Diamond, allowing for incredible feats of healing magic. And the last big thing here is that the Radiant Citadel does float through just the astral plane. There is a vast void of emptiness all around it, and a storm that threatens to consume everything that it touches, just off on the horizon there. Floating around the Citadel itself are these enormous jewels, Concord jewels. They connect the city to its founding civilizations. Each jewel is a building-sized vessel capable of holding hundreds of people and tons of goods. They take a variety of shapes, and they float about the Radiant Citadel here, just awaiting to be used. That is about all that we're going to need for today on the description of the Radiant Citadel. So where we're going to find ourselves is inside a nice little bar. A friendly little pub where most of the shield bearers will spend their time when not on various missions and otherwise, awaiting either orders, meeting their new compatriots, or just enjoying a glass after a hard day's work here. It is called The Reflection, and this is where you all have been asked to meet by the leader of the shield bearers, Ariat. Ariat will be meeting you here at some point. And this is where, much like a school teacher, I will either volunteer you to be the first one to do introductions on where you are and what you're doing at the bar, or you can volunteer. All right, well, Ellie, you were forcibly volunteered to be first last time, so instead, this time, I'm going to say it's Ernie. Ernie,
Ooh.
Are you entering? Is Serge entering the bar, or is Serge already here?
Surge would be already there.
Okay, so what is Surge doing as you are at the Reflection, the bar of the shield bearers?
Probably grandstanding. Probably making wild proclamations. Reciting. Mostly. So yeah, I guess I'd never said this when I introduced myself. Surge is a bard. He's a tiefling bard, yeah. And as opposed to being more of a musical bard, he is an actor.
Oh, okay,
and,
okay.
So yeah, he'll probably be at the bar, mostly recounting roles that he has played. Some of them, maybe even most of them, lies. To some of the other patrons.
Sure. Okay. Give me.
Everybody fluffs their resume. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
Give me the physical description of Surge as you are. You're sitting by a table here, regaling some people. Whether or not they believe you, we'll find out. But go ahead and give us a physical description.
He's of average I would say roughly average height. He's like maybe 5'8" or something like that. His horns stand tall, make him a little bit taller. It's an illusion. But he's a gray-skinned tiefling with a not very long hair, like a hair and more of like a, I guess like a Caesar style cut. Dresses not exactly the fanciest, but his clothes are better than most people's. Like just on average. And he's always smiling. Almost always. Even when he's angry, he smiles.
Okay.
He can't help himself. He has to show the pearly whites.
As Surge regales this, let's find out if they're enthralled or not. Roll me either performance or deception, depending on which you're focusing on here. Because I just want to gauge the general patron's reactions to what you're doing. Does that say?
Okay. We'll go with performance because
okay.
He's always acting.
Just reading the last deception roll that you had in there as a test, and my heart dropped. That is a natural 20. All right. Well, Surge, they hang on your every word. Not only is it just a couple of the other shield bearers at the bar, you have gathered an audience of probably 8 or 10 people that are sitting here drinking their drinks or eating the food from the bar and just watching you enraptured by your stories. They believe every single word. You're doing great.
Yes.
Who would be walking into the bar at this point? Who would be coming in? Did I volunteer someone?
I'd already be there.
Oh, you'd already be there? Previa, would you be observing this or trying to keep away from it?
Oh, hell no. Neither. He'd be rambling to anyone who would listen.
Okay. Sure. Likely the bartender, Carl, would be one of your favored people to talk to because he can't leave the bar. And so you can just speak to him at length about whatever. So who do we see there? Now you gave a brief physical description. If there's anything else that you'd like to add about Previa as you sit at the bar here.
So he wears his armor everywhere, which is problematic for some people because it's this like aquamarine colored full plate mail. So he just has greaves and pauldrons and gauntlets, and it's like clothes to him. And it's adamantine too, so it's not light. Like it's heavier than normal.
Yeah.
So like, stools creak and chairs break just because he's sitting on them, like he's just a problem.
The stool you currently sit in has actually been reinforced a couple of times, and this is the one that you now must use per Carl.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, see, he's good-natured, though. He's not intentionally, disruptive or destructive. He feels bad if he does anything problematic.
Right.
But he's just sitting there rambling to Carl, just talking about, oh, so when we were kids, we used to put slag in our ale, and that was the way to spice it at the time, you see. And in those times, in the Silver Marches, that was considered crime against the elders, so we'd have to sneak it from the forges into our drinks. They said it was poisoning our minds, but they didn't know their minds were the ones that were poisoned from the orcs and the mind flayers who were assaulting us.
Yeah.
The mind flayers were, what were their names again? I think they called them lithiums or something like that. So anyway.
Interesting, yes.
And he just keeps going. He does not stop.
Yeah, wow, that's great, fantastic. Yep, Carl will continue to be the best listener that he can be while also working the entirety of the time. Okay, excellent. As you regale him with the story here, and Surge does very similarly across the way with an audience. You know what? It's Treaty. I'm gonna just say it's Treaty. Treaty, you come walking in as our camera pans over to the entrance of the
Treaty,
reflection. Who do we see?
Treaty, probably, sorry, excuse me, let me come on through, sorry. As she squeezed through the front crowd coming, because it seems pretty crowded and popular. And from the backside first, you see a white, floofy little sheep's tail poking out her little pants. And she turns around, she's got big ram's horns and way overly floofy hair that's covering part of her face, and she wisps out of her eyes because she can't see very well. She is a satyr, looks very much like a sheep satyr, and she is average height satyr, about normal build, but her clothes seem really nice, like from afar. If you got really close, you could see that they're hand-me-downs of hand-me-downs of hand-me-downs of hand-me-downs. And she comes in and she's, and she looks for the most handsome man in the room in the bar.
The most handsome?
Let's see.
Roll me perception.
Oh, on her little hoofy toes.
Yeah. Let's see who you spy. That's a 20. Yeah, it's the one standing with one leg up on a table, regaling a group of 10 people with some kind of story. An incredibly handsome tiefling seems to be going on at length about something.
Okay. You ready, Nana? You ready? And from in her little fur peeps a little white weasel that is her familiar. And Nana looks and she goes, "Whip," and she goes, "Okay, let's go." And she scoots her little satyr butt across the floor and sits as close as she can get to Surge, and is just.
Yeah, do you like kind of push some people out of the way to like ease yourself
she's like,
into the front?
Excuse me, is that seat take? Is it taken? Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Thank you.
Surge, a very small satyr woman, has just pushed her way to the front here and seems to be looking at you with very large sheep eyes.
And so I'll be mid sentence. And I told them I just had to turn down the roll. I just didn't have the time. Well.
I love a good tale. You're doing a great job. Keep going though.
Oh, well, thank you. I was just saying.
He's so tall, isn't he?
They wanted me to take the leading role in this grandiose play that was supposed to be this epic about taking this terribly evil force down.
He looks epic.
I wanted to do it. I really did. My heart was into it, but I just couldn't dare take myself away from you, the little people.
We are important, though. We are important,
Yeah, there's some agreement from the crowd. Like, so kind of you, Surge, keeping up with the shield bearers. We would be absolutely lost without you.
Well,
he knows what he's talking about.
Look, it's not me. I am but a servant, but a mere humbles. It is you who are the real heroes, the real ones, the true and magnanimous.
As Surge begins to wax at length about the virtues of the common people, Flan, where would you be? Would you be at the bar already or entering?
Fashionably late.
Okay, perfect.
Because you never want to be perfectly on time. You always need to make an entrance.
Perfect. And as you enter, please describe the entrance and yourself.
So, the doors are maybe a little bit, maybe someone's closed them, and there is like a gust of opening the doors to make as much of a, hello, I'm here. And just like a perfect stand at the moment of, oh, and a little bit of a hair toss and a, hi. And in front of you, you see a 3-foot goblin, green, very pointy ears, pink long hair, done up as perfectly as possible. Everything is matching. Like the flowers on her shirt are embossed into her boots. And she's got very high boots on, cute little shorts, a little bit of jewelry, just tasteful. And walks in and looks around and looks to see who looks at her to notice and be like, see, I'm wonderful.
Yeah, totally. Let's find out. Surge, you're still talking, right? Okay. Okay, yeah. 15 of the 30 patrons of the bar have definitely looked over in your direction here. The other ones seem to be taken by some really tall, gray-skinned tiefling who seems to be talking on and on about something, and you note that there's a very small satyr woman there, too, that seems to be looking up at him like this. Large eyes there. Maybe it's a little disappointing, but, you know, you got 15, and they all look at you.
About half.
Yeah.
There's like a lovely smile and like a little like not curtsy, but like, hi. And I'll walk up to the bar.
Okay. You walk up to the bar to see, well, a very well-armored, older dwarven gentleman, and Carl. I mean, you would know him. He's the one that runs the bar here. He was, oh, hi, hello, Flan. Drink for yourself here?
Mead, please.
Yes, of course. This is Previa, if you haven't met him. He's quite the wonderful speechmaker.
Nice to meet you.
Oh my, you are the prettiest halfling I think I've ever seen. Wow, and I've met quite a few of them before. And he's like squinting, like leaning in
Not
close.
quite a halfling. Do you need some glasses?
I've been told many times that I actually do need glasses, yes, but could you believe that I've never actually gone and done that before? You know, there's just one always is so busy all the time, you know, meeting new friends and talking to our good pal Carl here, and he's like reaching
Carl knows that I am the best person to go to find some glasses or accessories or any sort like that. I could definitely help you find some glasses that fit that ensemble you're wearing.
Carl does turn to this and goes, yes, this is where I got this bolo tie. She showed it to me, and apparently it's quite the fashion right now.
It is quite the fashion, and you wear it so handsomely.
Thank you.
Oh, see, that's probably where I was mistaken. I must apologize. You reminded me of an old halfling compatriot of mine. She was a seamstress, you see, and she was.
I dabble in seamstress-y type things.
I'm sure you two would have been fast friends. You seem to have common interests and hobbies. Well, in fact, she once tried to make a dress for me. It was the strangest thing. You know, I don't typically wear those things, but she seemed quite insistent that it would have worked. Matched my eyes, I believe is the word she used.
Matching the eyes is very important. You want the hair as an accent, and it's all it's an art.
And as you say, he like grabs a braid from his beard and he's like looking at it.
We'll get you some glasses so you can maybe tidy that up a little bit. Thank you very much, Carl.
Of course. Are you here for a mission today, or just business, pleasure, otherwise?
Here for a mission.
Right. Well, a riot should be here relatively soon. I think the congressional session gets out in just a little bit. Please make yourselves at home. I think, if I got his note right, Previa's actually in your group. And then, so is the handsome tiefling gentleman over on the table there, who seems to continually be striking that one-legged up pose with his hands on his hips and then very large gestures. It's honestly quite impressive. And then the satyr over there as well, the one that she seems quite taken with our tiefling friend there, just looking at him.
Satyr?
Yes.
I don't believe she asked you for food, Carl. Did I mishear? Are you hungry, young lady?
No, Previ, a satyr is a race of people as well.
Yes, of course. Oh, that reminds me of a story. Did I ever tell you about the time? And he just
I need to go run some tables, and Carl's gonna go clean up some tables, leaving Flan to be regaled by Previa.
Great.
It doesn't take long, but eventually, in much the same fashion that Flan entered the room, the door does swing wide open, and as if this gust of wind on a, well, not a particularly blustery day comes flowing in, a reddish, dark-skinned man comes waltzing in with his high-cropped hair, trimmed goatee beard here, his silver eyes looking about the room rather seriously, and his crimson cloak swung over one shoulder. He looks up and around and goes, "All right, all of you that don't have business today, get out. I need to talk to the alpha team for today. And he looks around and makes distinct eye contact with Surge, Previa, Treaty, and Flan. Table there, now. And as the rest of the people kind of file out here to provide some privacy for your particular group, he looks up at Carl and says, Carl, we got that new shipment of whiskey in. My flask seems to be running, well, rather low. Carl nods and retreats behind the bar there to gather what he would need. Orion sits down at the head of the table there and swings one leg over the other and kicks back in the chair and waits for you all to sit down near him. As you do so, he looks up and out. So, it'll be your job today. I got a call from a friend, a magistrate in Yonido. There seems to be some issue down there in the city. Some kind of fog and memories being lost. Now, I'm not sure exactly what is going on down there, but I think it seems serious enough, and the man seems scared enough in his message that we send a rather skilled team down there, balancing some bright-eyed, bushy-tailedness. No offense to actually having the tail there, Treaty, with the weight of experience that Previa here provides, having served many missions for us here, the Shield Bearers. Now, you have any questions here up front, and maybe I can clarify some things, or how do you feel about it? Wow.
I mean,
No questions.
What was your name again?
Okay. Well, my name is Arayat, Arayat. You know, your captain, commander of the Shield Bearers.
Yes, I remember. Yes, of course, yes.
Right.
it's okay. I think he's had a few drinks, you know.
That's all right. You know
As
what?
he's sipping one.
That's fine. The Concord Jewel for Yonido, the Amethyst, will be called down for you in the next hour. Make whatever preparations that you need, and good luck.
I believe the young lady here, in emotions to Flan, could use a few coins for food. I believe she said she was hungry.
No. I'm perfectly fine.
You can utilize your stipend as a shield bearer to get any food you might need. Carl gestures over to Carl. Oh, right, yes, of course.
I apologize, young lady.
Hold it together, old man. Come on now. You're what, 2 weeks from retirement? You can do this.
Retirements? I would be bored out of my wits.
Right. Well, gather what you need. Head on down to the Amethyst. And good luck. He's going to kick back up from the chair, taking the whiskey glass with him out of the bar and back out onto the streets, where the door remains open and the sounds of the Citadel ring through the city.
Oh, he's a delight, isn't he? You know, every time. I'm Treaty, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Flan, very nice to meet you.
How tall is she?
Nice to meet you. Treaty is like right at 5 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So almost eye level. Okay.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, sir. What was your name? Surge.
Oh, yes, you
I just have to let you know, your stories, A tier. Have you considered acting ever?
Well, it's funny you mention that. I've been in a few things. You may or may not have heard of them. In between doing the good work.
Right. Yeah. Can I, if you don't mind, can I hold your hand really quick? I had this feeling when I came in the room that somebody wants to tell you something, and it just drew me across the room to you. Can I just take your hand really quick?
Sure.
And she's just gonna take it. Oh,
Previ is gonna nudge Flan. Isn't it wonderful to see budding young love?
Oh, I'm getting this feeling. Did you have a previous party member that may have passed away?
Well, yeah,
Name starts with an
yes. You know, honestly, it's sad to say, but I don't even remember the poor chap's name. But the sorry sod, he just...
I know he's
And to
very
think he
sorry. He
died for
says he's
me.
very sorry. Yeah, he does. He does. I knew it was a he all along. I felt a men. I felt that. Oh, okay. Well, that's all
How
I'm
could
getting
you
for
know
now.
such
But
things?
that's my job. That's my job. I let people know things from other planes. It's true.
Other planes, you say?
Yeah, upper and lower, side and side.
That's true. There are ones on the side. I've been to one of them. She's right. You should listen to her.
It's true.
Well,
But I'm so hungry. So I used my last silver on
I think
bread
she was
coming
the
over
one
here.
that was hungry.
Oh, is that
But
right?
and what you actually see is a little shuffle into her fur to the front, and you're a little. My tummy is so hungry.
Have you thought about getting
that
that?
just won't do.
Oh, I just you know
what?
satyrs, we got big appetite.
Well, you were enjoying my stories earlier, weren't you?
I was. They were delightful.
For you telling me these things and enjoying my story, I am more than happy to treat you.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And she'll
see, what-
call Carl over.
Yes, sorry.
Didn't
Hi,
they
hello.
say we got free food?
We all know, Stephen. I can't use that anymore. Wink, wink. She says wink, wink as she wink, wink. Carl, can I have the ribeye and the rolls?
Yes, of course.
And the good one, not the cheap one you gave me last time. It was good, but I mean, no offense, but the good one, the cake. I see the
Right,
cake
the
back
one
there.
from
You still got it
Taib.
back there.
Yeah, right. Of course. We just
This
got
man's
a new
treating
one of
me.
your customers
treating me.
before, wasn't it?
And Serge is gonna sit like his mouth is literally like hanging open now. He's just like.
He has real good stories. He told me he would pay for my meal today because I appreciated his stories.
Yeah, all right.
But can you pack it to go in one of those small to go boxes? We got adventuring to do.
Yeah, I've got a couple of them remaining.
It's true. Serge has always been very generous with his money. Well, anywhere and everywhere he
nice.
goes, he's a man of the people. He wins hearts and minds. Why, this one time I
does, just
saw
look
him
at him.
actually throw coins at the audience, and then rapidly leave the stage. It was quite dramatic and exciting, and well, some people might say that the audience was rather angry at him, but you know what? I thought that it was just part of the performance. It was like one of those things you heard of called those flash mobs. You ever seen one of those? I think Serge was up to his old tricks that day.
And at what time did we need to be meeting everyone?
Well, it's funny you say that. Well, I think the sooner the better.
Right, well, the ribeye is going to
One
take a
day.
little bit of time, right? We've got to get it all prepped and ready, and I've got to roll out the big cask. I mean, it's maybe, 15, 20 minutes for the meal, and then I could definitely put it in the box, right? Like,
Okay,
that's
maybe
no
just
problem.
a nice salad then. That's fine.
a nice
A
salad.
salad sounds delicious.
Would you like
wine's
one as
still-
well, Serge?
No, but thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Serge.
Right, yeah, of course. Leans over. Is like, now, what dressing would you like with your salad? We have a blue cheese, a honey mustard, something new
Do you
called
have any
a
of that green
ranch.
goddess one?
Oh, we've got an one apparently that is full of avocado. That is
I love
rather
that.
new. It's very green.
I love that.
Okay, well, we can do that one. And do you want any protein on your salad?
Do you have salmon?
Bacon bits. Oh, we could do fish. Yes, we've gotten
Oh,
a
yeah.
recent shipment of fish. Yes, that'll work.
It's
Love
important
salmon.
to include that protein in your diet,
Yeah.
young lady. You know, maybe you should indulge a little bit today. Perhaps
don't
it would do
worry,
your
I'll
bones
share.
well.
Right, all right. The salmon salad with the avocado sauce, perfect. Just give me a little bit of time, and he will retreat back to the kitchen there. Is there anything that you would like to do while here in the bar? Or should we just go to where Treaty gets a salad and Surge pays for it?
Out of character, I DM'd him and he said it was okay.
It was a
Oh, God. The salad is delivered to the table, ready surprisingly quickly, as if only a breath had passed between the time that you ordered it and it was brought out. And he leans over to Surge and goes, the salmon's a bit of a premium. It's going to cover you probably about 3 silver pieces for that alone. And then, well, you know we do work on tips, so.
yes, I know.
But don't worry, I'll tip him. I'll tip him. And even though she didn't say she had any money, she'll still bring a couple coins out for a tip.
This is most generous of you, Treaty. Whoa.
Carl, you always bring the best, you know.
He's gonna just like Serge is gonna kind of be standing off to the side. He's gonna be kind of slowly like reaching out towards her, just like both hands. Like he's just.
Do you want another reading?
Uh,
Something's
no,
coming in.
no,
Oh,
no.
I'll lean over to Privia as well and be like, romance or something is definitely budding over there.
Oh, you can feel it in the air, can't you? It's quite thick.
Palatable.
There's a certain aroma to it, even, you know?
He's gonna hand over his 3, or how much was it?
Is it
total?
3 silver for the salad?
Okay. All right. He's gonna hand over his 3 silver for it, and he's
All right.
and when he does, he's not gonna hand it over completely. He's gonna kind of hold on to it for a few seconds before he lets go.
Carl just patiently looks at you, looks down at his hand, looks at you, looks at your hand, looks up at you, and waits.
Here you go. I'm sorry.
Yes. Oh, thank you for doing business here at the Reflection. It's always good to see the shield bearers fighting the good fight and helping the people of the founding nations.
that's what we do.
So better not miss your ride. Good luck.
Oh, and, Carl, don't forget to update the chalkboard. That is now 4 days in a row without a chair accident.
You are right, Previa. That is 4 days in a row without an accident. He will go move towards the chalkboard and wipe it off.
barely.
Right, 4 on it. Now you let me know if there's a chair accident where you go, so I can update the board for them.
Yes, the boys do enjoy their gambling games, don't they? Of course, I will keep track, well, I will try to, but I think these fine people will do a better job at that. You see, they're quite the sharp minds.
All
I
right,
don't know-
Previa, it's been a pleasure. You all go. Good luck. The amethyst, right? It's just down the way at the landing platform.
Hi, Carl. Thank you.
He waves goodbye at you all as you head out into the city. Is there anything that you would like to get or pick up? Anything that you think you might need? As shield bearers, you would have, writs of acquisition for your quartermasters and things of that nature. So any like adventuring gear that you could want in mundane terms is available to you. Like if you think you need an extra length of rope or climbing gear or a stick of some kind, you can procure those things now. Is there anything that you would like to get before heading to the Amethyst?
Yes, he would ask the nearest fruit seller if he sells any heavily enchanted longswords.
The nearest fruit seller. Yeah, he's selling what looks to be pink grapefruits and only pink grapefruits, and they are stacked very, very high. And as he cuts into one and seems to be sugaring it for a customer here, he looks at me and says, what now?
Yes. Well, you see, this old sword of mine is quite nicked up, and you looked like an enterprising young fellow. I thought you might have something rather shiny and sharp below the shelf there.
He holds up the knife that he was using. This is about the only shiny sharp thing I've got.
It's quite a fine piece, but as you can see, someone as stout as I am would not be able to properly use that. But thank you for your...
a sword shop?
And then he kind of looks to his group. Do I need a sword shop?
I don't know. Do you need a sword?
He's got one strapped to his back.
You look pretty well fitted. I mean, from my perspective, I don't, you know.
No, but I do need a grapefruit. And then he buys a grapefruit.
It's honestly delicious. It's great. The little sugar coating onto it too cuts some of that bitterness on it, and it's like, it's nice. It's good. All right. Anything else that you would like to do, group or otherwise? No.
Does anybody have any healing? Is there anything we should? Potions, maybe? No.
This group?
I'm self-sufficient.
And you can help the rest of us?
Here and there.
Okay.
More of an inspirer.
Understood. So maybe some potions might be
maybe we
really
should
good
get some.
idea.
Yeah, it's part of like your quartermaster writ is that you could like, hey, I want to turn in one of these things for like a healing potion. And you could all acquire a singular healing potion with that.
Cool. Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Excellent.
Okay. A healing potion.
A healing potion. Yeah. Sorry, I know the numbers for it. Just tell me when you use it. Oh, and at this table, in case you didn't know, if you take a healing potion yourself, it is a bonus action. If you like need to resurrect a downed person with a healing potion, that is a full action. Just keep that in mind.
Awesome.
The assumption is that as adventurers, you keep those healing potions close to your chest and very easily accessible.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so you head out to the landing grounds, as it were, for the Concord Jewels. The Concord Jewels are, when they're not in use, are orbiting the Radiant Citadel and their incandescent constellation, each jewel corresponding to one of these founding civilizations of the Radiant Citadel itself, and each resembles a giant gemstone of the type noted for that civilization and what can be found there. The Clavigers are Citadel employees, the official operators of said Concord Jewels, and there are roughly 10 of them at the current landing point here. The Clavigers have called the Amethyst that will let you go down to your location and have opened it up. You are not the only ones that will be traveling to Yanido today. There does seem to be roughly 50 other people, and including like cattle and other animals and shop carts and otherwise, that will be making the journey to one of these founding nations here. As you embark here, and the door shuts, and by door I mean the stone itself closes behind you, the enormous amethyst lifts itself up into the air and moves out into the open ethereal plane where it orbits the city. The jewel and everything in it then plane shifts, your vision cascading through various different colors and shapes. You would have done this before, but it is never a very easy experience. It is always a little bit upsetting to the stomach to go to the other side, and it eventually ends. You appear 600 feet above the surface of Yanido. And I'll go ahead and bring everyone to the map here of this rather nice, quaint river city. Yanido is a walled city on the edge of a river here, and your jewel would land on the south side of this particular map, on the opposite side of the river. So your approaching trajectory here will be towards that bridge and that river in general. And I'll adjust the map here for everyone at home to be able to see a little bit better. So the Concord Jewel, the large amethyst, will float downwards, land open its stony doors and allow you out onto the grasses of Yanido. The rest of the passengers will also disembark, and the 10 clavigers that operate the Amethyst will wait for those that are embarking to return back to the Radiant Citadel. What would you like to do?
Oh, that ale must have been oat-based. Oof, my stomach is a bit rumbly at the time. I don't suppose any of you have any home remedies.
No.
No.
Okay, well, do pardon the impending noise.
So walk upwind of you.
That would be very wise, yes.
Okay.
Good for battle formation. However, if you see anything untoward, I can't remember. Oh, well, you do look quite capable of yourself, so perhaps alongside each other?
As long as I'm upwind, it'll be great.
Very good, yes.
Surge is gonna
Sounds
start
perfect.
kind of speedily walking just that much further ahead of him. but trying to make it look natural.
Sure, of course.
Trudy is still like at the stone that is now shut, and people are shuffling off. And she's like, "You, sir, I see something about you."
What?
And she pulls out a card. She's like, "Find me for my services. It's dire importance."
How dire? I fear I don't have many days left.
You have time as long as you have money, but you have time.
Oh, well, I do have what remains of my estate that I was planning on passing down to my grandchildren.
I was thinking about your grandchildren. They're calling to you, so
My
you find me-
grandchildren?
You find me on
They
I
never
got a
call.
card. That's what I'm saying. They can't find you. I'm helping them find you. Take the card.
Oh,
Find me.
all right.
Find me. Thank you.
Oh,
She
okay.
shuffles back up to the party. Excuse
This
me, sorry, I had business.
old, bald, shriveled man goes limping up into the amethyst, holding the card. Okay.
Do you see things often?
All the time. All the time. Sometimes I want to, sometimes I don't.
Okay.
I do see you have some very nice clothes on, though.
Oh, well. Thank you.
And she's like, mine too. And she kind of fluffs up her, like, multiple layers of clothes.
Maybe we can go shopping.
Oh, I love shopping.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can, and she, like, slinks in really close, but she has to go down.
2
Maybe we
feet.
can,
My God, my tippy toes a little bit. Yeah.
maybe we can find some handsome gentlemen to take us shopping.
I mean,
Love it.
I do know all the best stores.
Ooh, we're gonna be fast friends.
All right. You approach the city. The curving walls of the city of Yanido come into view. Atop the walls, tall, colorful flags and ribbons flutter from poles. Traders, guards, and workers come and go through the grand gate, passing from the surrounding farmlands into the maze of graceful structures beyond. As you watch, however, a pale mist begins to rise within the city. It drifts through the gates and breaks over the walls, as if the entire city were exhaling one great breath. The fog emanates from within Yanido and encompasses the city, seems to be obscuring most of your vision of the gate itself. And as you approach, you see that the guards and other travelers that were with you are bewildered by the strange weather, but look to be ignoring it or joking about it to the best of their ability.
I wonder if that's the fog that Ariat was talking about.
Oh, is that why we were here?
Oh, Brivia,
You
Yes,
weren't
there's a
listening, were
fog.
you?
there's an issue. We gotta figure out what's going on.
As you have this conversation, Surge, you were the one that was out front, correct?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check. Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Again.
Oh my god, you've had 2 rolls today and they're both nat 20s. That's unacceptable.
This is very uncharacteristic. Let's not get it.
That's actually true.
right.
That is very uncharacteristic for you. As you listen to them, trying to remind Previa that there is indeed a job to do here, and it happens to do with this fog, you look up into it and you see 3 shadowy figures on your approach across the bridge and at the gate. 3 flying figures. They come swooping down and begin to attack the travelers at the gate itself. These stony gargoyle-like creatures begin thrashing, gnawing, and biting at the travelers around here. What would you like to do?
Well, first, I'm the only one who's caught wind of this.
Right now, I mean, there's beginning to be shouts at the gate, but again, the fog is rather obscuring. You're the one that has noticed that anything here has happened while they're discussing this.
I'm gonna kind of just stop dead in my tracks and kind of like stick my hands out just a little bit, just kind of get ready to stop anyone that's about to walking behind me. There's something amiss up ahead. I think we're needed. There's some travelers ahead that I believe they're being attacked. We should probably hurry.
Hey, what are those things?
Previa, say no more, and he unstraps his tower shield and pulls out his longsword and slowly starts running ahead, shield forward.
Clambering forward over to that area there. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
With that being said, does everyone kind of start running in that direction?
I mean, this is the job we gotta do, I guess.
Yeah,
Sure.
Serge is gonna let Previa go first, and then he's gonna oh yes, of course, and then he's gonna kind of shuffle in behind him,
And
Yeah.
but making sure to stay behind him.
Some 15, 20 feet, back the other direction.
He's even gonna crouch, even though I believe, I want to say everyone in the party is very likely shorter than I am.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna kind of crouch down just a little bit, just to kind of
Get to his height. Right.
yeah,
Absolutely.
and also take off behind it.
Sure. Yeah. You begin running towards that location, and as you approach, you get closer to the gates here. You note that the guards have indeed, they've taken up arms and they've started to try and battle away these particular gargoyles. But you note that at least one of them has picked up bodily one of these people and has climbed to an incredible height and then drops them.
well, that's definitely not supposed to be happening.
Yikes.
So what do you want to do? There's no real need for a turn order here. They seem to be terrorizing the people more than anyone else, but the guards seem hard pressed. So what actions would you like to take here?
I'd probably just run in.
Okay, so you want to run in and try and defend against the next swooping attacker there? Sure.
Yeah, helping whatever guard team is probably closest. And,
Yeah. So you draw your weapon, which is what?
a giant longsword, and I've got a whip at my hip.
Nice. Okay.
Sick.
Yeah. Go ahead. It's as they come swooping down here and you charge forward to help defend this guard. Roll me an attack.
Very catty. I love it.
I'm trying to figure out my sword. I don't think I put on there, but
Oh, it should be.
no, that might have been me.
If not, I will add it very quickly. Don't you worry.
I have a lot of slings, apparently.
You do have a lot of slings and javelins.
Oh, roll 20.
I'm gonna go ahead and just add you a nice longsword. How about that? That's gonna be in there somewhere soon, I'm sure. If Roll20 doesn't begin lagging on me here.
Oh my god, I
Oh,
love
thank
roll 20.
you.
That's so funny. She does. She has 3 slings. I don't know where they came from, but there's 3
4
of them here.
slings and 2 javelins.
Yeah, wait, you have 2 javelins, 4 slings, a blank, and then a whip. But you know what? The one-handed and two-handed longsword, they're on here now. You're good. You can
Perfect.
dual-wield slings later. We'll just go with that.
I love this.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead and
Um,
swing the sword there. One or two-handed is up to you on how you want to
We're
do
gonna
that. And you've got
two-handed.
two attacks. You're going to swing the first one. That didn't go super well.
And that
Oh
didn't.
no.
unfortunately, actually a goblin, not a halfling, so you don't have the halfling trait to re-roll that. Go ahead and just roll your second attack at a 12 here against this particular gargoyle as it swoops down. You make a double strike, and it clangs off its stony exterior. It does notice you, however, and it seems to be very interested in you.
Okay.
Rest of the party, what would you like to do here?
I would be like, if anyone near, like the nearest person who looks like they're being attacked and can't defend themselves, who would become the wall between.
Yeah, there's
these
like
things.
there's a family that like had gotten off the amethyst with you, and they're approaching the gate here, and you go intersperse yourself between the mother, the father, and their 3 children as a gargoyle comes slamming down towards them. Go ahead and roll me either attacks or an ability here that you might have.
So he has what is this called? Brace.
Okay, yeah. What does that do?
When a creature you can see moves into the reach you have with a melee weapon you're wielding, you can use a reaction and expend a superiority die to make an attack against that creature.
Yeah, absolutely. One comes swooping down here. You've put your wall-like self between the family and it, and you can make your attack here.
So he would slam that. He's got this tower shield strapped to his arm with banded black iron around the edges, and he would slam it into the ground to dig in, and then using his other free arm, use his longsword to kind of stab around it at this creature.
Yeah, 26 absolutely hits as it pierces the stone here. Again, it clangs on the sword. You watch as it chips off. It definitely doesn't hit as hard as like you would hit a normal creature of flesh. But you can go ahead and roll the damage here.
Oh, it didn't roll the damage. Oh, here, I just clicked this, right?
Yeah, click longsword underneath the 26.
Where it is rolled that's in how the you chat do it.
Itself. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so once you do that, it'll be 10 points slashing damage, and then you can add a d8 because you used a maneuver. So your superiority die, I believe, is a d8.
Yes.
Yeah, so you deal 15 total points of damage as you chip into this creature here, and it wheels off rather quickly as you've deterred it from attacking the family. Nicely done. Surge, is there anything that you want to do here?
Yes, still kind of, creeping up behind Previa. How many, you said how many of these?
There are 3 at the gate currently. There does seem to be like 6 or 7 guards here, so it looks like things are going to get handled. It's more about mitigating, civilian casualties.
Okay. Then the nearest, I guess whichever would be like the nearest one to me.
Yeah.
I will. You know what? Screw it. Why not? I'm gonna cast Shatter.
Okay. Yeah. You're gonna cast Shatter. I'm gonna make the suggestion, and you would absolutely know this, that like you're just gonna hit one of these guys up in the air, right?
Yeah.
You're just gonna shatter that location as it like wheels around up there, right? So a nice little con saving throw for this gargoyle. That is a 13 for me, so that'll fail the con save and take the total amount of damage here.
Ooh. Here, let me.
Yeah, with the disadvantage, still a 13. Okay, cool.
Let's
It'll
see.
be 3d8 thunder.
3d8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Nice for 8. But what works the best here is that this enormously loud ringing sound that emanates in the air here, shaking and vibrating the stone of the gargoyle's body, where it like partially shakes off pieces of it. It seems to scare the other gargoyles as well, and they wheel about as if disoriented by the noise. Okay, yeah, nice. 8 points of damage here.
Huh.
Treaty, is there anything that you would like to do?
Yes. What are the other? You said that one's kind of retreating back.
Yeah, so one has just come past, like flying by Flan, trying to attack one of the guards. Hack. Previa's got his shield in front of the other one who's just flown by there, and then Surge blasted one of the ones that was in the air.
Okay. The one that's like flying by, is he like, or is it looking for, like, it looks like it's kind of looking for another civilian
so they're kind of like
grab?
wheeling around here, a bit disoriented, but they definitely are looking down at their next targets.
Okay, one of the ones that's looking down at a civilian target, I would like to cast Enlarge or Reduce on and reduce its size.
Okay.
Being really tiny.
You want it to be real tiny? What's the saving
tiny.
throw for enlarge reduce?
What does it say in there?
I don't know if that spell saves are right.
Con saving throw. And my spell save is 15.
Ooh. Why is your spell save?
That's good.
Okay. Yeah. Spell save DC 15 or con save. Boop. That is a 7. The one that you point at that's usually like holding its ears from the sound here, all of a sudden becomes very, very small.
Can't get anybody with you tiny now, can you? All right.
Awesome.
That's
Okay.
all.
Yeah.
Just
So
gonna
now,
kind of keep with the group, probably real as close as possible, without being uncomfortably too close to Surge.
just like right next to him, just
Good job. That was really nice. I mean, I saw that happen. I know Shatter 2 and Shatter does a lot. You did a good job, man. Yeah.
So I want to just put it out there that while all this is happening, Previa would be lecturing the family behind him on proper like combat maneuvers and like how to take cover and everything. Like he's still rambling.
they're just cowering, right? The mother and father just like holding their children behind them here. Yeah, the tiny gargoyle is going to attempt to come down and attack Previa. It is going to attempt to bite and claw in its tiny form. That is a 7 and a 13. He's never going to get past the heavy armor that Previa has. And it is going to attempt to like fly by you here, which gives you another attack, Previa, if you would like to take it. Similarly, having been hacked at, Flan, you've gotten the interest of the other one here. With a 9 and an 11, wow, I'm rolling awful today. Both of these are going to miss as it's like kind of scared of your blade and it goes, and it doesn't get close enough to actually really do anything here. The last one, Surge, is the one that you blasted with your magic there, and it's going to come dive bombing down into your location. It's a 15 and a 23, my good friend, against you here as it screeches out in pain from your blast. I think. What is your AC? Is it 14 or 15?
I think you're muted.
Muted.
13.
13? Okay. You'll take a total
Oh,
of
so I'm definitely
14 points of damage as it bites and claws into you here, angry that you've done this thing, and you feel like you can hear it yelling in your head, "Hey man, that really hurt," as it bites you. And then it's going to attempt to like fly up and away again. It does seem that they have not been yet deterred. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do?
I did roll that attack. So you said I could
Yes,
take one.
23 absolutely hits.
Okay, and then I just click it, right?
For 7 more. Yeah, as you like clang against the now tiny one and chip some more of that stone away.
Nice.
I think the one that just nipped at Surge, Tree's gonna be like, "No, sir, don't you dare!" and use her booming blade.
Yeah, okay. An 11 as it goes clang, it hits the stone and bounces off a little bit. There's a small booming sound, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to damage the creature.
Sorry, I tried to help. Sorry.
Excellent. What about you,
I
Flan?
appreciate it.
Flan, is there anything that you want to try and do here? Chase them
Seeing
off?
that all of my friends seem to be having a lot more success than me, and I need to be making a very lovely impression. I would like to rage, and I would like to get very mad at the fact that I am not the one coming in here and saving the day and being fabulous and wonderful.
Infuriating.
This is the most
absolutely
valid
infuriating.
reason I've ever seen for Barbarian Rage. I'm not the center of attention. This sucks.
I will rage. Yeah, absolutely. You begin to rage here. What does your rage look like? Does it have any like physical characteristics?
Absolutely. My hair gets kind of like blown out, but like in a beautiful like movie blowout where like someone's singing in like a song and they get that like wispy flowing hair. Like it just makes me look more fabulous, if that's even a possibility.
The fog parts for but a moment as the sunshine beams down onto your location as if your rage called to it.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. You want to swing at
and-
this thing?
I want to swing at this thing.
Go for it.
And da. Press the button.
17 is
17?
going to hit here. Absolutely.
Fantastic. And we'll try the second.
Yeah, the 10, unfortunately, is going to clang off the stone, but you can roll damage on that first one there if you click the word longsword underneath the
Longsword?
underneath the 17. You click the word longsword, and it will roll your damage for you. For 12, it'll be +2 for your rage damage as well for 14 points of damage as you hack into this one, scoring a rather nice blow there. As it doesn't, it seems surprised that you're able to hit it at all. Yeah, definitely taking note of you there. Okay, excellent. Anything else that you would like to do as you are raging now?
No, I think I'm good. I think I feel a little bit more successful and like I've redeemed myself at least a little bit.
Your rage has inspired the guards around you as well. They seem to be utilizing their spears a little bit more effectively as they poke and prod at this gargoyle here. He's kind of slashing and backing off. Doesn't seem that he's gotten anyone in his clutches on this particular round. Excellent. Surge, is there anything you want to do here?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I guess, like range-wise,
There's a tiny one in Previa's face. There is a large one, a regular size one, in Flan and like 6 guards who seem to be like stabbing at it all simultaneously. They got it like surrounded at this point. And then there's the one that's literally in front of you that has now torn at you with claw and teeth that Treaty attempted to hit with the booming blade.
Well, this is what I'm gonna do then. I'm gonna cast Thunderclap.
Okay.
Ooh.
And try and get the one that's in front of me. And as regardless of whether or not this succeeds or fails, I also because I can use a bonus action to throw out some bardic inspiration.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna throw some bardic inspiration Flan's way.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're bardically inspired, I believe with a D8 at this point.
Should be D8, yeah.
Yeah.
D8.
And that you can utilize within the next 10 minutes worth of time. Yes, my question for Thunderclap is, Treaty, how close are you to Surge?
I was within 5 feet when I tried to,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a burst of thunderous sound heard for up to 100 feet away, and each creature, including Treaty, within range must make a Constitution saving throw.
Love it.
That is a 15 from the gargoyle.
Nope.
Oh god.
Ooh, that is an 8. It'll be a D6 worth of thunder damage. Go ahead, Surge.
I'm sorry.
As you get exploded backwards here, Treaty.
Ah!
There you
For
go.
7 points of damage. The gargoyle, again, the ones that are in the area with this explosion of sound seem to be thrown off kilter. The one in front of you, Previa, you see as a battle master here, an opening. You have a really good chance at getting a good shot in here. The one in front of you does take the 7 points of damage, Surge, and you note that like there's like a bit of worry on its stony face, and it retreats quickly away from you, back up into the air. So Previa, as the last action here on this particular round, what would you like to do as you see this opening?
This opening on the gargoyle?
Yeah, the tiny one that's in front of you.
I mean, he's gonna lay into this thing.
Absolutely, with advantage due to the sound.
Nice. All right. So let's do it. 12.
Roll again for advantage. There should be a toggle up at the top of your sheet as well that says advantage, normal, and disadvantage that you can click on, and then you can have advantage already there. For this one, you can just leave it on normal and roll it again, and then we'll just take the higher. All right, so the 12 clangs off the stony skin, right? Like your sword just does not pierce the stone. But you can roll again. You have a second attack here with advantage.
I'll click with advantage this time.
There you go.
See how that works.
There you go. Double 23s. Looks good. Yeah, absolutely going to hit at this point. So go ahead and roll the damage from the longsword here as you continue to hack into this now minimized version of the gargoyle. Nice, 11 points of damage. That being said, Treaty, I was being a little bit generous here. Roll me another con save, would you, for the concentration on that reduction in size. It is a DC 10. 17. Perfect. He stays small. He stays tiny. Yeah, and he gets hacked into here, and the disorienting portion of the sound seems to be affecting them quite a lot. And they begin to like move away from you here. So Previa, you can take an attack of opportunity if you would like to. Surge, you can as well. And Flan, you can as well. You will with the guards. If you want to get one last hack at these creatures, and they seem to be retreating at this point.
As he's swinging, he's just like, now, young man, make sure your knees are bent, arms spread, and eyes wide. You don't want these things to catch you off guard. And he's just going and going and going as he rolls a 26.
Yeah, so 17, 16, the natural 20 from Surge. That's 3 in this game right now. Absolutely hits. Who are you? Who are you?
Dude, you know what? Honestly, I don't know what's going on. I've had the worst rolls ever.
Yeah, you didn't hit a single thing the last time we played. Not a single thing.
Like, Pendulum is in the back of your mind, just like, damn you. Like,
you didn't hit a
This is coming from the guy who an entire fight had to just roll will saves and kept failing them.
Failed every single one.
The entire fight.
For 2 hours.
It was terrible. It was the worst dice. Like, if they were actually physical dice, I would have thrown them away. If they were physical dice, I would have thrown them away. They would have been just sent to the gulag.
That being said, everyone roll me damage. You all get a hit on these retreating gargoyles as they recede into the fog and sky. 10, 11, and 7 on the last one here as they retreat further into the fog. And as they do so, fading into the obscurity of the fog there, the fog itself also begins to lift. And there are nervous looks all about you here as the people and as the fog recedes and the people start to take stock of what just happened. And you look around. And as the fog pulls away from your location, I need everyone to make me a wisdom saving throw.
oh.
Interesting.
Yep, there they are. There it is.
Nice. Treaty, Flan, Previa, you are unaffected. Surge, you have no memory of anything that happened from when the fog first touched you to now. You look about as the people, the family you were defending, Previa, and they look confused. Father looks down at his arm where it seems to be clawed up and has this puzzled look on his face. The guards, as they examine the crushed body that had been dropped from the sky, they seem confused, having no idea what happened.
Oh, are you all right, young man? You did quite well. You followed directions properly, and I see that your family is okay. And you said all the gargoyles got away, so there's no evidence, right?
Correct. They flew off into the fog. I would like to note as well, like, what you would look for maybe evidence of that. Like, as you look around, the pieces of stone that you had hacked off, as the fog receded, they faded with it.
Oh, weird.
So you look about, and he looks up at you and goes, Don't hurt us. Put away your weapon. What are you doing? You're scaring the children.
Do the children look scared?
Yeah, of you.
Interesting. Oh, yes, I see. For those of us with martial prowess can be a little frightening to children. I've encountered this many times myself in the Citadel. No worries, young man. And he will, very gingerly sheath his sword and then kind of move his tower shield to the side and do like this open arm gesture like this. Like, now you're all right then. Oh, yes, the gargoyles did not hurt you. Were there any scratches? Is anyone injured?
He looks down at the scratch on his arm and then looks at me. Gargoyles? No. The only thing that's menacing us is you. Get out of the way. We're trying to meet our family.
I, of course, but I suggest you see someone about that scratch. Those creatures were quite direct.
He begins to, like, take his wife and shuffle the children around you, and you hear him muttering under his breath, creatures. See, old man lost his marbles. They will move around you. Flan, as you, like, observe what the guards are doing here, they look quizzically at you, at your raised weapon here, and... Miss, do you mind putting that away? We do allow weapons inside, but please...
Absolutely.
sheath your sword.
What was that?
What was what?
A gargoyle? That stone thing? Is that happening often?
Stone thing? He looks up at, like, the stone walls. I'm sorry, I don't understand. You mean the walls? They're just walls. Did they frighten you?
Just a little. So sorry. I'm just a little disoriented after traveling across
Right, yes, of course.
the plane.
There's a lovely tea shop inside. I suggest going to visit it. It's been here so long, it's only known as the tea shop, so find it rather easily. Yes, but please, keep your sword sheathed unless you are in imminent danger.
Thank you for the advice.
Yes, of
and
course.
I'm gonna back up,
Sorry.
looking for my companions, being like,
Yeah.
You see Trudy, and she's just arm folded, white hair but pink face, glaring at Surge. How dare you? Master, you talk about the stories, you tell all these bard stories, you tell everybody how cool you are, how good you are, but you're gonna end up hitting me with your thunderwave. You act like I don't know what that is. I know what that is, and you're gonna be hitting me, knock me back. I mean, look at this. This is a bruise. Look at that. It hurts a lot. I can't believe you. I deserve an apology.
I didn't.
Don't be acting like you don't remember. I can't.
Wait. I'll use you. You know what? You're funny. You're very funny. You think that I would use one of my spells to attack you?
Oh no, Honey Bean. Let me be real clear. You didn't use to attack me, but you were trying to attack something else. Those gargoyles. You remember seeing them in the sky? You were trying to hit them, but then you hit me because you don't know what you're doing. But that's okay. I'll teach you.
Well, I think that you have to pardon me. I believe that
She pulls out the expensive wine that
salad?
Carl gave her on his dime.
I think that salad that you've been eating is maybe it's a little past its expiration date. What gargoyles?
I'm so sorry, Miss Flan. I'm so sorry to bother
That's
you.
a
are you
knee slapper.
okay?
You did a great job in that fight, unlike some other folks in our party who might need a little extra training. But can you refresh his memory about how
you
he?
saw that, right? That thing. Those multiple gargoyle stone things. Right? Trudy?
I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
the Surge has no memory of this.
The Surge.
The Surge? Who are you?
Look, I know I get it.
Surge.
We've just met, and I know sometimes being in the presence of a star such as myself, I know sometimes it can be a little awe
A star.
inspiring.
Have
but
you seen
we
me?
haven't seen any gargoyles. I don't think I've seen a gargoyle in quite some time.
Is
Surge,
anyone
let's-
else's ears ringing? That was quite the cacophony earlier. Mr. Surge, you really do know how to wake the crows, as it were. Well,
Okay.
I think we have a problem because I
And we
think
have some,
someone
like-
might have hit their head a little bit.
You know.
Well, I mean, now that you mention it, my chest is oddly sore, but
So there were gargoyles.
you keep saying these gargoyles. I'm sorry. This is
There was fog.
what gargoyles? It was fake news. Are one of the guards still around?
Yeah, they most of them are cleaning up the splattered body, and trying to hide it from the newcomers in here. And they seem to be shaking their heads, and like you overhear muttering, and they're like, "Lost another one, jumped from the walls."
My good man.
Yes.
Excuse me.
How may I help you?
Oh, ooh. That is, you mind putting do you mind, I'm just gonna reach over, do you mind putting a blanket over that?
Oh, right,
Just
yes.
while I'm right, while I'm right here. What is about this business about gargoyles? My companions over here, they're just...
We have
they
some
might have-
gargoyles on the older homes, as well as stationed on atop the walls as decoration of some kind, but not necessarily anything else. What do you mean, gargoyles?
See, and I'm gonna turn back, see? Decorations! It's decorations! What are you doing?
Trudy's gonna and shuffle in front of. Excuse me, Surge. Hi, I'm Trudy. Nice to meet you. Hi.
hello.
Hi. Random question. Has there been any extra damage lately, like random damage happening to your gargoyles on these decorations?
There are no issues in your Nido. You do not need to worry. As visitors,
Well,
welcome to our wonderful
I'm
city.
just really interested in like architecture and relics of sorts. And I
I can assure you that nothing has seen any untoward damage inside Yonito. Welcome to the city. If you'd like to proceed, please head on in.
all right.
Can I make a perception check
What are you
to
trying
see
to
if
see?
he's being honest?
Or
Just
insight?
seeing
Just
if he's
in
being
general?
honest.
Sure,
I'd
yeah.
like to see if the guard's being honest about.
Okay,
the-
when you say perception, do you want to perceive the area to see if he's lying about damage, or do you want to insight check the officer?
Insight check him. Sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
sure, absolutely. Because it'll give you two different things.
Yes. I'll do insight on him.
Okay, sure, go for it.
Oh,
That's
no.
as at a 6. He seems to be
As-
putting on a bit of a stoic flair here, but I mean he doesn't seem to be lying.
Okay.
As you take in this captain here, an official wearing a red and blue outfit embroidered with phoenix designs approaches, and I'll go ahead and show you this young gentleman here.
Huh.
Yeah, look at him. He's great.
I like
Got a
his
long
boots.
feather across his wide-brimmed hat and seems to be carrying some official documents on a satchel here. I apologize, he bows to you, for my impertinence, but I have an odd question I have to ask. Have you suffered an unusual experience?
Yes.
No,
Yes?
not at all. Just the run-of-the-mill combat and defending the innocents, and then them being a little
Are you talking
confused
about-
because of the traumas. You know, you see traumas really affect.
So you
the-
saw them? You saw them?
Did you see them as well?
Yes, of course I've seen them. I see, yes. Huh. Oh, Gods be praised. Would you mind accompanying me to my office? I'm Magistrate Kunan Jun. And this
Nice to
would
meet you.
Nice
I'm
to
Trady.
meet you.
give you, this is the magistrate of which Ariat had spoken of before you left.
We were looking to find you, so this is perfect.
Oh.
Happy meeting.
Oh, fantastic. Does that mean you're part of the shield bearers then? The ones I
Yes.
requested of? This day just gets better and better. And he looks down at the body and goes, okay, well, maybe not so much better, but substantially. So please, come inside. Yonito's a wonderfully beautiful location, but I have much that I would like to discuss with you, and there are some things that I need assistance on, and, well, it would be best if you just come inside. And he will turn to lead you into the city of Yonito, past the guards who give him respectful bows here. And that is where we'll take our break. Because we're about halfway through the session already. It is just flying on by.
So fast.
So we're going to see if we can't figure out the mystery here that plagues Yonito when we come back. About 5 minutes from now. Thank you all for joining us this evening. We'll see you soon. Be right back. Welcome back to our nice little journeys through the Radiant Citadel one-shot. We have reached the city of Yonito, where a mysterious fog has emanated from the city. Gargoyles came flying through the air, and now no one has any memory of it at all, except for, hopefully, this young magistrate, Kunan Jun, who has beckoned you inside the city to accompany him to his office. So you follow him into and through a beautiful city. And he leads you to what looks to be one of these kind of like offshoot office buildings over in the, Seat of Dragons location. It's kind of like out front of what looks to be this palatial location. And as you, look out and on to the district itself, there are plenty of people out here, but quite a few of them are exhibiting what look to be injuries, very similar to ones that were shown from the gargoyle attack at the gate. But people don't seem to be addressing any of it. They just move about their days with this stoicism. You're led into a quaint little office where Kunanjun sits behind his little desk, plenty of paperwork piled high atop it, and you get the feeling here that, yes, he is the magistrate here, but he's likely not one of the ranking members of this particular city. And he sits down behind his desk and gestures to some of the chairs here and says, sorry, there may not be enough for everyone, but come, please, speak with me about what you saw. What is it that you saw?
3 stone gargoyles. One became very
And-
small.
Party betrayal.
Party? What do you mean, party betrayal?
I don't know. He doesn't remember.
Oh. No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What is
No,
your
I
name?
don't remember. It's because it didn't happen.
Young,
It did happen.
young lady.
Not to me.
Young
Look at these
satyr.
bruises.
What is your
Look at these
name?
bruises. Oh, Trudy. Nice to meet you. Sorry,
Trud-
Trudy. Nice to meet
Trudy?
you. Trudy. I got a little bruise on the brain when I got knocked back by my party member I tried to save.
I would like to alert you that your compatriot here is more than likely telling the truth in that he has no recollection of this thing happening. The fog has curious properties in which those that are captured within it don't remember anything.
Really?
Well, that's not
Yes.
helpful.
So Surge won't remember attacking me or telling me that he owes me 3 silver.
No, unfortunately, if he has no memory of it, people seem to not have memory of when the fog first touches them up until when it retreats in its entirety. And then that's it. That's all they know.
Long ago.
So you mean to
just-
tell me that this gargoyle business, this was real?
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
it's real.
Huh. I guess that would explain the
But I'm the only
poor
one
chap's blade out on the ground.
that's seen it. So no one else in the city has seen the fog. It's been rising and falling multiple times every day for weeks now. And it used to be just every now and then, but it's been growing more and more frequent over the last couple of weeks. And yet here you are, on my doorstep, delivered shield bearers from on high from the Citadel, and you have seen it. It feels good to not actually be insane. So thank you for that.
You're not insane. We can definitely vouch for that.
I have always tried to tell people, but they just ignore me. They don't take me seriously, and these strange monsters, not just the gargoyles that you saw, but others have slain people in the fog. And those that witness it are always shocked by the sight of new bodies when it dissipates. The deaths are always considered accidents or bizarre, isolated incidents, but I see every one of them. It's somewhat of maybe a struggle that our people have here in that, well, the customs of our home. Yonido is a place full of brave people, so much so that they must present a brave face regardless of the hardship they're facing personally. And any mishaps in public bring great shame to people. So no one openly speaks about the troubles here. No one speaks about the hardship because it's just taboo now. Every time I bring it up, people just shoo me away. They never take me seriously in any regard, and well, more people keep dying. And it's well, it's become more than just one magistrate can handle. I can say that much.
I'm sorry that that's what you've been going through. That sounds awful.
It's just good to have someone that sees the things that I see. I don't know why I'm spared from the fog. Not sure. But with your assistance, well, from the city's coffers, I'd be willing to pay 250 gold pieces each to you in solving this problem.
Treaty, we could do some nice shopping with that one.
I do agree. What if one of our party members unfortunately forgets that they are owed 250 gold? Should we hold that for them?
I would suggest that if any of your friends lose their memories to the fog, that you treat them with the utmost care and respect. And should they have forgotten anything, that you remind them gently of what things could have happened. Now that you have knowledge of the fog, it's only right that you take care of each other, right? That's what friends would do.
That's true.
And for
Have you met
250
my new
gold.
friend
Love
here?
that.
Her name is Flan. She's quite a fetching young lass with an excellent sense of fashion style. While I imagine she could probably tell you all about certain things like weaving and sewing clothes and picking out the proper accessories. I had a young cousin who told me all about those accessorizing. She would go on for days. Oh, it was quite fascinating. For the times I could stay awake for it, of course.
Yes, of course. That's lovely. That's wonderful. I'm assuming Flan is you, my goblin friend. You look quite fashionable
Yes.
indeed. Yes.
I
Flan.
must say you look quite fetching.
Thank you. It's actually the uniform of the magistrate. Could you believe it?
Nice uniform. That doesn't normally happen.
Oh,
Most uniforms are, shall we say, leave things to be desired.
Yes. I may have been able to make a few changes when I took up the mantle from the previous magistrate. But yes, thank you. Do you agree to help in this? Is 250 gold pieces enough?
I think so.
I mean, if you could say maybe, I don't know, add an additional.
Oh, now you remember the work we have to do? Love that.
I was about to say, you're the one that doesn't remember.
first
So
and
I don't know if you have
foremost,
any bargaining.
I
Yes.
remember.
There's no
the
gargoyles for you to
mission.
kill, so maybe you don't get 250 gold.
Well,
I'm just
could
kidding, but still.
technically negotiate for us to get a better, I don't know, or more reasonable offer. But you know what?
No. I understand. I will see what I can do. 250 each, first offering. But I need you to begin work immediately. There are people dying in the streets.
We saw.
The street. Wow.
Right now, and he kind of bolts up from a chair. And
No,
he-
when the fog rolls in, my friend. When the fog rolls in.
What is the time interval between the fog rolling in? Like if we just had it 5, 10, 15, half an hour ago,
It's
How long do we
becoming
have?
significantly more frequent, and I worry that eventually it won't ever leave. Yeah, yes.
I have a question.
Yes, Treaty.
Where does it seem like, since you remember this fog, where does it seem like it maybe emanates or starts from?
Right.
Even district-wise.
Yes, of course. I do have some locations that might be of use to you.
Oh,
The first of
perfect.
which
Take notes here, Serge.
is called the Tea Shop. It is the city's oldest tea shop in the Phoenix district. There were 2 nobles that were found wounded there just a few days ago. And the other location is the Park of Elders. Several attacks have occurred there at the Royal Park in the Hetade district. I would suggest the tea shop first, though, in that it is more recent and, well, you may be able to find the victims.
Oh, and that's the same tea shop that lovely guard recommended, right?
Hell,
yeah.
there are quite a few tea shops in Yonito, but there is only one, the
The
tea shop.
like
Yes.
the Surge. True.
Don't know.
What is the surge?
Don't feed into that. Don't.
I don't know. Ask him about it if he remembers.
Oh, your name is Serge.
Thank you. Someone actually recognizes.
No,
Yes.
I'd introduced myself, and I had teased out the names of 2 of your compatriots, but the rest of you have seemed to have left your names off the list.
Oh, well. Actor, entrepreneur, and, I guess in this case, shield bearer. At your service.
I do appreciate your attendance, the Surge, and he will give you a slight bow from the chair. And you,
See?
my good dwarf man.
Respectful.
I did not catch your name. Previa, he's looking at you, because he does not know your
Previa.
name.
Yes.
Previa, over here.
Yes. So, what can I do for you?
I'm sorry, I would like your name, for the records. In case we all lose our memory to the fog.
Oh, I'm afraid I've already lost most of my memory, but I suppose it would be worthwhile to keep what remains of it. Yes, of course. I'm Brevia of the Swiftblade clan, hailing from the Silver Marches. I don't remember how to get back there, to be quite fair, so I wouldn't be able to give you any directions, but if you ever do find yourself in that area, well, please visit the Citadel Adbar. Its spires are glorious. They've slain many a dragon, including those battlements I've actually found myself on many times. Why, there was this one time a dragon was attacking...
Thank you, Previa. I do appreciate that, but time is indeed of the essence here, my friend.
Yes, of course. Yes, what kind of essence are you looking for?
The one that prevents the fog and stops the deaths.
Yes, very good. Off
Just
we go
stopping.
then. And then he just starts, like, walking out the door.
Yeah. Please be careful, and, I suppose I will wait here for any word. Good luck.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, to the tea shop then. Previa, do you have an idea of where we're going?
I think he said the Phoenix District.
Yeah.
It starts to stutter. Yes, of course. That one?
Okay. Let's go see if someone has
Previa,
directions.
you seem. Can you help carrying anything?
And he's like looking around, like at his person. He has this giant tower shield that's taller than him strapped to his back. Well, I seem to have everything in order. I don't think I forgot anything.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay,
Let's go.
What a nice young lass. Wow. She's going to go far with that attitude, I would say.
Phoenix District.
Yes. The Phoenix
direct-
District is quite clearly the oldest portion of the city. It's adjacent to the royal palace, known as the Seat of Dragons, and seems to be populated by people of high bearings, like nobility here. They seem to have quite a lot of wealth. The tea shop, the oldest tea shop in Yonito, is in the center of the district. It is quiet, but well populated. And a talkative human man with a long draping mustache and somewhat foppish hat on his bald head seems to be doing most of the serving. He greets you warmly as you enter. Oh, yeah, welcome. Welcome to the tea shop, yes. I believe I have one table remaining, yes, for 4? Of course, yes. It's always a busy day here. Always a busy day. Seems to be a bit of a chill, as if a fog had rolled through. It's quite interesting in that regard. Please, come, sit. With teas of all shapes, sizes, colors, and, well, breaths. You ever breathe the tea?
Nice to meet you. Your name. Sorry, I didn't catch that as you showed us to this very fashionable...
Beach and Hay at your service. And he does an elaborate bow. His long mustache is touching the ground. Welcome to the tea shop.
And Serge will do a similarly deep bow. They'll kind of maybe stumble a little bit as he does it.
Yeah, you do it. If you get lower than him, he continues to go lower.
God,
To
here it
ensure
goes.
that he is lower to the ground than you. And you know, like, he has incredible flexibility. The posture is perfect. And, like, his nose is essentially touching his ankles at this point.
Let's see. Let me.
Don't hurt anything, Sarge.
Did
Feeling that I'm
somebody-
about to tip over, I'm gonna like stand up straight. Yes.
From the ground, he goes, "The table that way," and gestures to it.
Did somebody
And then
drop
I'll-
some coins, perhaps? So Previa starts looking at the ground.
Comes
This
up.
way.
Yeah.
Let's.
He comes up slowly, and as you sit down here, and he starts listing off various different types of teas, and then looks at you expectantly. Do you know what you would like to have today?
I'll have the silver leaf jasmine.
Yeah, wonderful choice, fantastic choice. It is served in a small, warmed porcelain glass.
Thank you. Serge said he was paying. He doesn't remember because he was in the fog, but it's okay. No, people don't remember.
I did not say anything.
Oh, I'll pay this time for. Okay, fine. I'll buy my own.
That's wonderful.
that.
Does anyone else would like some tea?
What is your most popular tea?
There's a white leaf tea that we serve that is most delicate on the palate. It is then spiced just a little bit.
Did
has
you
a
use
bite.
slag to spice it from the forge?
No, my good dwarf, sir. Unfortunately, we do not use slag to spice the tea. No.
Most unfortunate. You should try it sometime. It adds quite a bit of punch to it. It'll grow hair on your chest. It has a hint of cinnamon and ash.
He takes off the floppy hat and showing you like a bald head. And he's, the only hair I've ever been able to grow was from right here. And he caresses his mustache.
Many a dwarf would be impressed by your hirsute nature there, good man.
You do seem to be quite from out of town, and yes, I can provide you the most popular of the teas if that is what you would like. But what brings you to Yonido?
We heard there was an unfortunate event of maybe some missing individuals or deceased individuals from the shop lately.
Oh, from this shop? No. There was no missing
I
individuals.
told
There was an
Serge to take
accident.
notes,
There was a
but-
bit of an accident that happened a little bit recently, but
An accident? Oh, I'm
Yes.
so sorry. What happened?
well, no one's really quite sure. But well, two of the nobles that attend the shop quite frequently and play games in the corner. They were playing a game of Baduk, and something happened. I'm not sure. I turned around, was serving some tea, and turned back around, and they were just, well, quite a mess. We were able to get them patched up, and they're healing. They're on the mend, and well, they're back at the shop today. Nothing to worry
Whereabouts
about.
Are they? So sorry. I'd love to pay my respects. Where are they?
Gestures over and bows again. To a kind of a corner two top there, where they're both sitting on these cushions on the ground and seem to be playing some kind of game. There is a dwarven man and a human woman, just dressed rather extravagantly, as they play and sip on their teas.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. Is there anything else that the table would like? Unfortunately, we do not serve food. I only have time for tea.
Oh, I was going to ask for tea cake, but that's all right.
I'll try your most popular tea. Let's see what it's got.
Yes, of course. The one that people always come back to, however, I do enjoy the white leaf. It's very delicate. The one that people come back to the most is going to be a buckwheat tea. It's a very simple, very bold flavored.
Not for me. The white leaf
I'll-
sounds.
That'll try your
Fantastic.
strongest one.
Ah, yes, a double brewed brack tea. I will do that. Be fine. And you, sir, my tiefling friend.
Well, you know, just maybe like a chai or something of that nature.
Consider it done.
Yeah.
And he will give another elaborate bow, this time his nose meeting his ankles there, knowing how deep he must bow to have the respect of Surge, and then will make his way off to gather your tea.
Yes.
What would you like to do? Want to wait for your teas here, or would you like to go accost the people that were attacked?
I mean,
Go talk to him.
I think Flan would like to go talk to them. I don't know if anybody else would be interested.
Sure.
Treaty's always curious about everybody, so.
Okay. So Treaty and Flan stand up, walk across the area, and you're now looking down on these two players on this game. It looks to be some kind of strategy game played on a board using black and white pieces. If you would like, if you think your character has any familiarity with game pieces here and this particular game in general, just go ahead and roll me a performance check. It's just going to be like a character roll.
I feel like Treaty, being a kind of the streets charlatan, has probably seen this game, maybe not played it herself,
Okay.
but be like, oh, okay, maybe the next move is, and then she's gonna try to.
Sure, if you
give
want to.
them
Okay. Yeah. If you want to do that one, roll me an intelligence check too.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Intelligence.
Performance is just like, it's the base knowledge. It's like, do I know this game?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Intelligence. Boop.
15. Nice. Yeah. You look down at the board and you do recognize it. It's called Baduk. And they seem to be playing, and they're playing rather slowly, you note. And you're looking at this here and you're like, could probably finish this game in about 10 minutes. But they note that you're like watching them here and look up at you. And the dwarven man looks up and goes, oh, yes.
Trudy's gonna wait for one of them to make a move and go.
Yeah, the dwarven man like stops and he puts his finger on the piece and looks up at you. How may I help you?
Just one more. Right. That one.
Raises an eyebrow and moves it one space to the right.
That's right.
And takes his finger off the piece. I'm sorry, I don't believe I recognize you.
I'm Treaty. Nice to meet you.
Treaty, and he looks over at the additional guest.
This is Flan. She's my well-dressed companion.
Flan?
I actually was admiring your outfits from across the room, and I just had to come ask, where did you get them? I'm new to town and absolutely need to know the best shopping places.
The dwarf will stand and bow. My name is Na De Shim, and this is my friend, Dejuan. And she nods while she sits there and sips on her tea and seems quite content to let him lead this, more interested in observing the board than she is in whatever conversation you're about to have. How may I assist you? We are currently in the middle of a game, and I would much like to finish it.
Shopping suggestions really is,
There are quite a few nice shops and tailors in the Phoenix district. You will find that finding yourself a talented tailor is truly the best way to have the current fashion.
Do you have a suggestion of a tailor?
Oh. Each noble of Yonido keeps their tailor's name close to their heart. They would not want to have their fashion copied by anyone else in the city. It is a point of pride to be so styled.
I understand. I understand the importance of that, but what if someone just, really admires a specific piece? Like that lovely outfit you have there and that fluffy thing. It's
He pats the long fur shawl that he is wearing. Ah, yes. I would need to ask my tailor if it is acceptable to share their name with you. Unfortunately, I am in the middle of enjoying a game.
While they're talking, if he's showing his arms and stuff, can Treaty roll a perception just to see if she can see any
Yeah, like
wounds or
marks?
injuries?
Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Perception.
That is a 7.
She misses.
Fortunately for you, you can see it across his hands, as if he was trying to fend off an attack somewhere. And he's looks like he's been trying to hide it either underneath the longer sleeves that he's wearing and maybe some rings. But when he extends his arm and the fur pulls back, you can see clearly somewhat fresh, what looks to be scratches across the tops of his hand.
Oh, sir, are you all right? You seem to have scratched your hand.
Oh. Yes. There was, an accident recently. I'm well on the mend.
I'm so sorry. What happened?
I would really like to get back to my game. My new friends.
We just would, love to avoid an accident. We're new to town and don't know the area. And, safety is of the number one importance.
Roll me a persuasion check. That's pretty good. Pretty persuasive. 16.
Ooh, with a negative.
He sighs and looks down at Dejuan, and she looks up and nods at him. He gestures to two of the other cushions that are near and says, "Have a seat." As you sit down, our lovely tea shop owner brings by the teas for Serge and Previa. Is there anything that you are doing at this point in time while they are interacting with our accident-prone victims?
At this point, Serge is while he was waiting, he's probably been fiddling with his lute, like just plucking strings here and there, just messing about. As you do that, and the tea shop owner comes by and brings your teas and sees you kind of messing around with it here, right? Mm-hmm. Jinhei, he looks at you. Would you mind playing a bit of a tune here while you sit and have your tea? It has been some time we've had live music here. This old thing. Well, oh, what's the harm in it? I don't, it's been a moment since I've actually, gotten to play this old girl in the, with an audience. I don't think I know any song. Oh, wait, there's one. One's come to mind. And he'll start plucking away.
Okay.
I guess let me give a little performy form.
Yeah, I mean, you have your base performance, which is like, I am a level 6 bard, I do this well. But like, we'll see, this is how well does this performance go over in the shop.
Previa will interject. He's like, "My good man, I may be old, but I do know from previous friends that you always pay your artists, so if you would compensate my good friend Serge here for his service he's about to perform."
He bows very deeply once again and says, "Tea is on the house."
Well, well, it's such an eloquent bow and free tea. And then he'll just immediately just start playing.
Yeah. and there does seem to be like some of the people looking around here. Yeah. You're just kind of fiddling, right? You know some of the song, and you start to play it, and people are interested in it. You're not playing overly loud or overly showy here. You're just providing, as skilled bards can do, ambiance to a quiet area, right? You're just filling the gaps of the silence. And it's nice, and people seem to relax a little bit more. There was this unfelt tension of the tea shop here, as if many of the accidents had started weighing heavily on the people of Yonito. And the music lilts through the air, and as they sip on their tea and take a moment to themselves, you really feel like you've made a difference. Okay.
He's once Serge has done his playing his tune, he's just kind of looking around, just like feeling proud of himself.
Yeah. There's like polite little claps and some raised tea glasses in your direction.
Mm-hmm. And I'll stand up and kind of I'll bow with my instruments.
Yeah.
Even a little bit past the point that no one's clapping anymore.
Sure. People have gone back to their cups already, and you're just like still bowing.
Yeah.
We come back to the fresh 2 cushions on the ground, and both Treaty and Flan joining the 2 nobles that are playing Baduk. And Nadeshim looks at you both. And, we would like to know about our little mishap. When we were visiting the tea shop after dusk, almost a week ago now, Deshim, we were both nearly killed. Unfortunately, we don't know by what. As we both try to recollect the evening, the only strange thing that we remember is a woman lingering near the tea shop. She looked strange to us and unfamiliar, someone that didn't belong in the district or near the tea shop, definitely not a regular for the evening crowd. The next thing we remember, we were waking up. A passerby found us near the shop and summoned a priest to aid us. He removes the fur that's like kind of sitting on his shoulders here and pulls down on his looser tunic, and you see enormous claw marks across his body. It is quite the miracle that I lived. And he gestures to the woman across from him. She, to keep her modesty, her wounds are very deep around her chest and across her back. It is a miracle we're playing Baduk in front of you today, but I do not know how we came to be so injured. And I do not know why, if we were attacked or otherwise. The priest said the wounds reminded him of a wild animal. Long claw-like nails. It is unsettling to say the least. I worry, however. I think the woman that was here might have been a Guishin. A spirit of someone wronged in life and died without receiving justice. I just remember the woman as we entered the tea shop, her eyes boring into me. Unfortunately, I do not have memory of anything else from that night.
Do you remember the color of her eyes?
Were they red? He looks across at the woman. She shakes her head. When I saw them, they were purple.
Thank you for sharing that with us. That must be a painful memory to relive.
He looks at you. Yes. If only I actually had the full memory. It seems to be something that many people here will not speak about. He looks over again at the woman and she shakes her head. The people of Yoniro are strong, but sometimes we lack the ability to share our hardships. You look quite capable. Maybe there's some way that you can help outsiders.
I'm going to look at Treaty and just kind of see if there's anything else. Like, do you have any questions? Do you understand anything? Like, is there that, like, kind of that, like...
Yeah, DM, I am from... It's my first time playing a wizard. Hi. I'm from the, like, divination background. So when he says anything about this spirit and this, like, negative spirit with this, kind of ring anything in my mind.
Let's do. Ooh, this can be your choice of history, nature, or arcana.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Arcana. I'm not really proficient with any of them.
Yeah, they would all get you different answers.
Eh. Sorry, I rolled it twice because it delayed, but
Okay. Out of 10, you've heard of vengeful spirits before. This is something you would learn about in your magical studies and things of that nature, that there are magics that affect the dead in ways that kind of aren't really understood, but have that necromantic tendency. With the role here, you are not particularly informed on the word or the creature Eguishin, but you would know things like revenants or banshees and things like that. Very similar sounding creatures, which, like a revenant, when they die, their need for revenge is so great they reincarnate themselves until they can find that vengeance. And same thing with like banshees, like did not find justice in their living life or suffered greatly in some way, and they become attached to the mortal plane in that regard.
okay.
So it sounds similar to that, but you are not familiar with the name.
I think Treaty will she'll take Flan's like knowing kind of like question of, and I'm like, oh, and she'll turn to these two and be like, as my friend said, I'm so sorry this happened to you, and thank you for making us aware of the situation. We'll definitely keep our eyes peeled for, what would you call it again?
Eguishin.
Eguishin.
It appeared as a woman, though. And it was seen around the tea shop. Perhaps Beechin Hay knows more about it. He is here all day, every day as the proprietor.
Mm-hmm.
But perhaps he's
I
seen
wonder-
something.
Yeah, I wonder if he's seen it too.
He gives a nod, and he looks up and says, "Thank you for the advice on the piece."
You're welcome, anytime. Treaty, by the way, again.
Of course.
Flan, and if you get to talk to Taylor about that lovely ensemble.
Of course.
Thank
we-
you for...
Oh, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Go.
I was gonna say, as we head back to the table, Treaty will kind of walk slower with Flan and explain to her this whole ghost
like the
scenario.
spirit thing's like, hey, this sounds similar to these things.
Yeah, and I think in like a serious tone, she's like, I know, like I said, I see things sometimes and see some things I don't want to see sometimes. That's one of those don't want to see kind of things,
I don't want to encounter whatever that was.
Yeah,
That
I have a
doesn't look
feeling
nice.
we're gonna have to. Usually, these spirits are like wronged, or there's something that they're missing, or somebody, something left on this plane that they need fixed or
Okay.
return. So I don't know if we're gonna have to figure out whatever that is. I don't know. Maybe he's right that it has something to do with the tea shop.
The proprietor Beach and I missed the name.
No, I just got the B. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm bad with
okay.
names. Yeah.
That's good. Let's have our tea and thank you.
Oh yeah. I see it at the table. I don't want it to get cold. Let's
No.
Yeah,
So as-
your tea has been sitting. Yes, go ahead.
As the two of them approach the table, they can overhear Previous saying, "My gods, this tea, it tastes like a nymph's arsehole. My goodness. It's so delicate and soft on my tongue. It's, oh.
I love him so much.
Oh
my god.
Really trying to hide the disgust on his face right now.
You take your seats there, and you note that Serge seems to have been fiddling with his lute a little bit here. You did hear the music being played previously. Do you relay the information gathered? Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I think, in a hush kind of, I don't know how populated this shop is, but.
Mm-hmm.
The only open table, right?
Excuse
So
me.
Oh, that's right. So within our own party, she's trying to keep it. Doesn't freak anybody out with a ghost or spirit, Sir, are you okay? Do you need some water? Excuse me, I think you might need some water.
You ever fail at life so hard you choke on your own spit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, we are
All the
here.
time.
Oh, okay.
Rolled a nat 1 for that.
Yeah, for existing. Beechin Hay,
Oh,
he as he coughs a little bit and sips some tea aggressively to fix his throat as quickly as possible, does come over to you and bows deeply once again. No, yes, I'm more than okay. Are you enjoying your tea?
Yes.
Lovely.
It's fantastic.
Trivia, roll me a deception check.
Oh, God. Wow.
Wow.
That's a nat
nice.
20 out of 19. And yeah,
Very
he
good at telling
doesn't
stories.
doesn't even know. Doesn't even notice that you're lying through your teeth right now. No idea. Well, fantastic. Good. Is there any other things that I can provide for you this day? Another glass of tea? Another suggestion on the towel?
Formerly Mr. B.
Yes.
Come here. I'm gonna ask you a question, but I don't want to alert anybody around.
He leans very close.
And she leans in and she's like, I don't know if you've had anybody like me on your premise, but I am in touch with planes of existence, both up and down and side by side. And sorry, I hate this character. And I am getting this.
I love her. I think she's
I'm
great.
getting this sense of a feeling that there might be a spirit or somebody who maybe visited the shop before who is lingering, if you know what I mean.
He looks at you, and you note this like brightness in his eyes here.
I see, yeah.
You know of the crystals and how to use them?
Oh no, it's in my mind.
Well, yes, I believe we've had a spirit visiting recently.
Oh, wait, what was it? It was female.
Yes, a woman.
Told you, my mind. She had red purple. Either red or purple eye.
When I see her floating, she has red eyes.
I told you, Flan. I told you.
He looks at you and he sits down, like not even on a cushion, and just like sits next to you here. I've been consulting soothsayers around the city. And he like digs up this necklace that he's wearing around his neck and places it on the table, and you note that it's a bunch of crystals of various different types, and he kind of starts like rifling through them. He's like, I've been trying every crystal that I could possibly think of that might be able to tell me something, and it's like divine into the world of the dead. I recognize her, you know. I know who she is.
Who is she? I'd love to help her if I can.
A customer of mine, a regular, long dead now, but a former magistrate. Daewon Ha. She used to frequent here quite a lot. I've seen her occasionally by the shop. But I've also seen her at the Park of Elders when I was walking home.
Sting, and she's gonna look over at Flan. Pardon me, just a moment.
Can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Is that the other place that magistrate mentioned?
The Park of Elders.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, you can. I'm sorry. Please continue.
No, Daewon Ha was, a hero to the people. I would give her tea every time she came here. She is, well, responsible for many of the social works that bring Yoniro to its perfect point. We have such balance here, and it is all thanks to her. Ultimately, in the end, she was overshadowed by the last queen. I don't know what happened to her after that. Just wait a moment, though. And he quickly gets up and goes to the back room and comes back with a pair of teacups. They're beautiful. They're a set. One bears the name Youngji, and the other one Youngji, and the other one Woon Ha. He puts it down. He's Oh, he places it on the table. The one that says Woon Ha begins to glow. The blue light. That's not happened before. I've had those on the shelf for so long.
May I?
Yes, please, but do be careful. Well, they're rather important. Youngji is, well, he's older now, but the uncle of the current queen and brother of the queen in Woon Ha's time.
Oh. And did you say it was the Woon Ha one or the Youngji one that's...
Yeah, so the Dae Woon Ha
glowing?
is the one that is glowing. And Youngsu is the other cup. They're a matching pair. Is the uncle to the current queen and brother of Youngsu, which is the previous queen. So go ahead and put all of that down.
She's just gonna lift. In her mind, she's seen a lot of tricks of this like trade. You know, people using magnets under the tables to make things move and stuff like that. And so she's just curious on how he's making this cup glow and if he's trying to trick her, essentially. So
yeah, investigation or arcana or anything like that. It looks like we might have lost. Oh, there's Ernie. Got it.
Welcome back.
Good to go.
So she's gonna pick this cup up and investigate if it's like a trick that's happening or not. So
My goodness, I had ale that glowed like that once before. It did the damnedest thing to my shite, I tell you what.
please tell me I don't.
You investigate the cup. It is a finely made cup. Seems to be the glow has faded at this point.
Ah.
But it does have the name on it there. Is there anything that you would like to try with the cup, magically or otherwise?
No, I think she'll just delicately put it back down and see if it starts glowing on the table.
And looking down at it, stroking his long mustaches, Beechin looks down. I wonder. Dae Woon Ha. And he just speaks the name. And as the last syllable leaves his lips, the cup begins to glow again. So she is here. Ah, there's some comfort in that. She was a good friend. A very good friend.
Did she leave behind anybody?
Oh, no.
Hmm.
Her work consumed her, and we are all better for it. I believe that the overshadowing of the last queen is truly what hurt her in the end. He leans close again. Youngji was one of her best friends. I always thought that maybe at some point they might, tie the knot. But one of his station could never. He eventually credited his sister, the queen, with all of the works that the great magistrate had done. And there was a bit of falling out. Yes. Yongji still lives. Still a great man, though. In his age, he sticks to his home quite a bit.
Well, I do have to say, from what you've told me, her presence does seem pretty powerful. Probably from all the work she's done, like you talked about.
Yes. It's still good to have a friend so close.
Maybe she's just coming around to keep you comfort, you know?
Well, I would wish that she would maybe change the color of her eyes. The red ones seem very aggressive and angry. And I have not forgotten her.
And where did you say this person she was rather close with, whereabouts are they? You said they
Yongji
still-
likes to walk his estate gardens. The Park of Elders.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, of course.
We'll have to go pay a visit. I've heard a couple of things about this place, you know?
That sounds lovely to go walk some gardens.
He holds the cups and then pushes them towards you, Treaty. If anything, she deserves rest. And if there is any way that these cups that she seems attached to can assist in that regard, I would take them.
Whoa. All right, you, she's gonna look at Flan.
Do I have
Do you have anything I can put these in? I don't have any extra. I don't want them to break. I mean, and you got a lot of nice fabric and stuff, so I don't know.
got a nice fabric, but pockets seem to be something that is left to never be in women's clothing. So
Give me a moment. And he will go to the back and comes back with this this wooden case. And he opens it up and you see that the cups have been placed and they're wrapped carefully with quite a lot of cloth. And he closes the case to protect them.
Perfect.
I'm sure they'll do just fine in your pack.
All right, she's gonna tuck it in and try to drink the last bit of your tea.
Mm-hmm.
How was your tea, Serge? How was it? Do you remember it?
Well, considering that it was free, I remember it quite well.
Oh, it was free, huh?
glad you remember
Interesting.
something.
Well, not all of us can be so fortunate to have my radiance and charm and my ability to get pretty much whatever I want. So, yes, it is nice.
So you're saying you played music here? For tea?
I did.
So you paid
Well,
for
it's
my
not
tea with
my
your music?
first
You were
love.
so nice.
Yes, I am. I am I'm quite a benevolent soul. You know, I think, you know what? I while music isn't necessarily my first choice in the performing arts, maybe I'll write a song about it. The benevolence of the surge.
You need to drop
Surge
the
Evelyn.
Yeah.
Your outfit doesn't suit the yet.
Well, we'll all get there eventually.
Is there any?
My uncle had a case of the surge once in his youth. It was quite disastrous to the latrines, let me tell you.
Previa, how was your tea? Is it great? Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hello again. Yes, Treaty. It was he's looking if that guy's still here.
No, he's gotten up and left. He's bowed and left you with the things and began serving, his other customers.
It was delicate and smooth on my tongue, and he's not hiding the disgust as well anymore.
The palate isn't quite there yet, old man.
Or we need to just get some slag and drop it in there for you.
See, you've been listening. Quite a smart one you are. Yes.
It's hard to not listen.
Oh, thank you. That's the nicest thing anyone said to me in a long time.
All right. And she's gonna like fold her little napkin.
So we think we need to figure out where we need to go. The Park of Elders is our next destination. As you were playing lovely music, we got answers.
But that, we all have to play our parts.
What else would a adventuring party be for?
Yes, of course. Besides, my chest is still quite sore. But yes, I'm glad you were able to accomplish the task at hand, and now we can move on forward. And we all got free tea out of it. It was just everyone.
Didn't you say you can heal yourself if your chest is hurting? You can show that.
Well, we'll wait till we get to a masseuse. Wait till we get to a masseuse. Oh, I just can't wait. Into one of these bathhouses. Oh, they're fantastic.
Well, now that I have a lot of mental imagery to go with, I think maybe we should make our way over to that garden. How about that? You think so?
Park of Elders sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, come on, old chap. We're going to the place that's named after you. Let's go.
Love it.
Oh, they have a dispatch of the Swiftblade clan here. Very good. I'm looking forward to meeting some distant cousins.
I love the scene changing is like as we're leaving, it's just Previa being like, "Oh, and they did have this one at this one town."
Like, I'm just gonna be kind
Sharing,
of
like,
lying
every
out.
story.
Every detail.
That's right. Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
That is very true. You come right this way.
Heading out into the districts here. Beach and Hay would have let you know like where the park is and things of that nature. It's a beautiful public space devoted to walking and peaceful contemplation, featuring some stately monuments to the former Queen Yongsu. You would see as you approach. The monument depicts a regal dragonborn seated on an ornate throne, a vision of wisdom and grace. She cradles a large scroll in one arm and raises the other hand as if about to speak. Stone plaques set into the statue's foundation are engraved with Queen Yongsu's many achievements.
Reading all the achievements.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a history check.
Sweet. I think Tree's specifically looking for ones that were the acts of nobility that would have been underneath Daewon Ha's
Yeah.
cloak. What'd you say? The investigation?
History.
History. Got it. 13.
13. Looking at these here, it's unfortunately, I don't think you have the history of the area to know which were hers and which were the magistrates. But you do know, like, as you read the list, and it's rather long, it is
Be hard
far
one
too
person
much
to
for
do all
one
this.
person.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure she was great. Don't get mad at me, but
The park is lovely, but mostly empty, save for, well, one person and his 4 guards. Walking about the park here is a dragonborn. He wears what looks to be comfortable blue robes, holding a steaming cup of tea, looking up and about the trees, the nature around him. His 4 human guards surrounding him here, looking out, alert. The older dragonborn gentleman, and I just want to let you know for everyone at home that actually gets to see this. This is my favorite piece of art from the entire book.
it's so good.
He's perfect. In every way, he is perfect. He walks slowly, admiring things around him. this serene sanctuary, hidden from the clamor of the surrounding city. The guards, as they see you here, kind of like pull up, and he stops behind them and looks over their shoulders, taller than they are. Raises his cup up. A fine day we are having, are we not?
It is a beautiful day, sir. She curtsies.
I'll bow as well.
Well, there was a bit of
Little
weather
curtsy.
earlier on, but otherwise, yes, it's quite nice now.
You say
a
a
magnanimous
bit
day.
of weather. It has been a beautiful, clear day in Yarnido. What do you mean?
Well, I would have to consult a meteorologist, of course, but it seems it was raining gargoyles earlier.
It doesn't remember the fog.
Raining gargoyles. That is a curious sentence. Perhaps a customary saying from where you are from. Maybe you, as well as I, in our older age, are forgetting things.
And DM, specify for me, it's Youngji, right? This guy's name Youngji?
Yeah. Young
Okay.
G.
Okay, I want to make sure I'm saying it right.
There's the pronunciation in chat and
Sweet.
his name.
Treaty's gonna be like, I'm pardon our interruption of your walk. It's a lovely day for that around here, but and you don't know me. My name's Treaty. This is my party of companions. But there was hopefully you will see my honesty and truth for what it is, but there was we'll call it spiritual disturbance at the tea shop. We were just there. Lovely tea. Place is beautiful. Lovely. I had the silver leaf jasmine. It so good.
Finest tea in the city. Yes.
It's very good. But when we were there, I sensed the presence of a young woman and had a brief discussion with the proprietor of the shop. And I believe that she is sending me to you to tell you she would like you to have these cups. And she's gonna pull out the cups.
She would like you to have these cups. Yeah, and you pull them out and you like open the box and reveal them there, and he looks down at them. And he looks to the guards and he's, give us some space. And they retreat back a respectable distance, probably 30 feet off to the side here. And it has been a long time since I've seen these glasses.
The strangest thing happened, and you'll have to, I don't know if it was just my eyes or not. My compatriots might be able to validate this experience, but when they were together, the one that was, I believe, your friends glowed.
It glowed. Daewoo
Yeah.
Ha's cup glowed. And as soon as he
Yeah.
finishes the name, it glows again.
See?
Huh. Interesting.
So I believe she has something to say. Maybe, I don't know, to you or somebody. I don't know. I haven't met her personally myself yet, but
Well, it would be hard for you to meet her personally. She has been dead for quite some time.
I know, but spirits do walk among us sometimes.
I do miss her. She was a good friend. And a hero of the people. The prosperity and equality Yarnido now enjoys is all due to her work. Few remember that it was her. And she died in obscurity. Many of the things that she did were attributed to my younger sister, Yongji. It is curious that her spirit seems to be here still. I appreciate you sharing this with me, but what do you intend to do now?
Well, and I don't know where your spiritual space lays on this plane or what you feel to believe in or whatnot, but I personally have seen both good and good-spirited spirits and negative spirits, ones that have unfinished business. And I believe that she has some.
Why would she have unfinished business? She was a hero to the people, and though maybe her deeds have been obscured, she was well loved. What would there be to do?
Sometimes not being recognized for the things that matter to you can affect you even after life.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Ooh.
I'm gonna kind of lean in close and just be like, make sure you don't trip over your tongue on this one, and I'm gonna pass some bardic inspiration.
Yeah,
Love
okay.
this.
Young G is just like, I'm sorry, what was that? And then
No, I was saying she
plus a D8.
was telling her just it's
Plus a
so
D8.
muggy out here that
Oh my god.
I wish I brought my fan.
It's a 22.
Oh, you need a fan?
Don't do it!
Trudy pulls out a tiny little personal fan. It is warm. I got one here for
Do it.
She's gonna let a little gust out. Enough to like just mess up his hair or something.
It's not a little gust. You think like as she blows the fan right at you here, an actual like 10 by 10 gust of wind attempts to bowl you over. Roll me a strength saving throw.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
I forgot I had this until now, and he happened to say he was hot, and I was like, oh, I've got this fan.
Yeah, okay, the DC is a 13. So you get pushed backwards 10 feet and are just in this gale.
Oh, I gotta turn the battery down on this. It's so sorry about that.
Like gonna have my hand up, just
Yeah,
kinda
you're just like,
trying to,
you're just like against a hurt. You're Jim Cantori during hurricane season, and he's just like out there against the wind.
like,
Yeah.
I think that's enough wind.
Oh, okay. I forgot to turn it down.
Okay. You cast Gust of Wind. It cannot be used until the next dawn. You were knocked 15 feet away in a straight line as that happened. Pushed backwards.
For those who don't know, we get to pick magic items for our campaigns, and that was my fun one.
And as not only Surge, but 2 of the other guards are blown backwards. They're all at alert here. And then... Unbelievable. Youngji raises a hand here and goes, no, it's all right. It's all... What
Sorry, he was hot. I was just trying
on
to...
earth is that?
It's a fan. I don't want to turn it on again because I will knock you over, but it gets you good wind, you know.
Do be more careful with that thing.
True,
By the
true.
gods, what was in that salad you ate, young lady?
He shakes his head. All right. I have not been entirely truthful with you. The reason my good friend Unha, and again the cup glows, is no longer credited for her successes, and my sister is that I am personally responsible for the undermining. It was important. Not out of anger or malice, but the devotion to my family and the crown of Yonido. The people believe that anyone placed above the ruling class would be treated as a threat. Wunha's time as a hero was detrimental to the monarchy as a whole, and would be dangerous for her against loyalists who saw her rising above her station. I did it to protect her. I regret it, but I never found the strength to make amends. It is all my fault that she is misremembered. I fear that making any sort of public apology in this fashion will tarnish my sister, the former queen's memory, and therefore, by extension, my niece's own rule. A public proclamation of that regard would undermine the entirety of the monarchy. It is something that cannot be done. Yonido would collapse.
There's always a way.
And what way is that, my small friend?
I don't have all the answers. Maybe someone else does. Anybody have an idea?
Brevia, how would you think about honoring somebody without, because you have a lot of tales, you know, you have a lot of time. How would your people go about honoring somebody without hurting the royalty?
Well, honoring their ancestors and war heroes and former kings and servants of the kingdom was one of the highest traditions of the clan and country. To do otherwise would be dishonorable. However, if the monarchy is so concerned about their appearances that they would refuse to honor someone who had served them so well, then they probably have more problems than are on the surface. They would need to come clean and do it in a way that shows their grace. And, well, I suppose it depends on this community and how much they value honesty over order.
Is it truly a problem that her memory has been forgotten?
Do you want your memory forgotten?
I will be forgotten in time. I'm only the uncle, the brother, the advisor. Nothing
But
more.
would you... What? Clearly your relationships are important to you, your sister, your friend. You wouldn't want them to forget about the things you've done for them, right? I think this community and this city was what was important to Wunha. Like she didn't even have a family for her legacy. It was all about this city. So
The city is her family.
So for them all to forget her, I mean, that kind of breaks my heart a little bit.
It troubles me most that he looks down at the cup. I thought I'd only been seeing things. Walks in the park here are some small pleasures I have in my old age. I feel that I've seen her late at night near the statue of my sister. She does have no surviving family, you are right. We were her family. I know it is wrong that I've done these things, but Maybe she is still around. He reaches into his tunic and pulls out a tarnished gold amulet. It has Wunha's name etched into it. This was a symbol of office. A symbol of our friendship. I remember the day that I presented it to her, as she knelt on the steps of the palace. Become the greatest magistrate that this city has ever known. Take this with you, and perhaps you will see her as I have. Perhaps. I will make my amends. There is an old shrine in this city to her. I will have it repaired, and the everlit lantern will be cleaned, the magic restored. She is not forgotten. Though I had much the hand in making it so.
Well, as we are delicate creatures on this plane, we all tend to make mistakes. And forgivable as they will always be, you know?
Yes. Of course.
Thanks for not getting mad at me blowing my friend away. I didn't mean to. It's alright.
He leans closer to you, like all the way down. He's like 7 feet tall. It's the funniest thing I've seen all week.
Thank you.
Gives you a nod. Holds the amulet out to you. Take it. See if her soul cannot be laid to rest. I will head to the shrine.
Tuck it in the cup box.
Yeah, same box. You know, it's small enough to do so. I will repair the shrine this evening. The sun will be setting soon. Perhaps you can catch her, as I have. I always thought it was just my imagination. A fog rolling in around the statue, the form of my dear friend standing next to it. Because I'd see it, it'd be gone. It has been an absolute pleasure to meet you all. Who do I have to thank for this dear advice?
Oh, I'm Treaty.
A pleasure.
Nice to meet you. This is Flan.
Blonde. And
Nice
you
to
two,
meet you.
gentlemen.
Previa.
Previa.
And this is Search.
Hello. It is very clear you're not from here. Where do you hail from?
We're from the Radiant Citadel.
Oh. You know, you could lead with that.
Oh, I mean, you know, humble is as humble does.
You wouldn't happen to be... Roll me a deception check.
Where must you go? Oh my god. The least humble person on the whole planet.
Unbelievable.
Here's what's funny is, okay, where's my deception at? Bing, 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 bing. There we go. Boop.
I wasn't serious, but he looks at you and cocks an eyebrow.
I mean,
You wouldn't happen to be shield bearers.
that's us.
He kind of nudges his tower shield. I thought that much was rather obvious.
Bearing a shield for battle is not the same as bearing the shield from the Citadel, my friend. Your class and station are well respected in this nation. Announce it with pride the next time you need to meet with someone. You will likely be granted audiences with people that no one else could get to. But once again, the Citadel sends their shields and protects us in a time of need. Or maybe just protects an old man from his folly. Good luck to you. I'm off to repair the shrine.
Good luck
he
to you.
and his guards will head the opposite direction, out of the park. The sun is setting. The statue of the former queen and his sister, the center of the park, some 200 feet behind you. What would you like to do?
Treaty just gonna hold in the box.
I think we need to wait, right? We need to. The spirit's not at rest yet, right, Treaty?
Yeah, I would imagine that she, we should return this amulet to her shrine, but I don't know if I think we should do it after it's repaired, right? I mean, I wouldn't want.
Or do we repair it? Give it to the spirit that shows that.
Well, didn't he said put it on the shrine, right? DM, he said put it on the shrine, right?
No, he gave it to you as maybe a way to do something, to remind her,
okay.
if you see her, that she's not forgotten.
Okay.
Along with like having the cup and things of that nature. It's just, he thought it might help. It was something that he's been wearing.
All right. Well, he said that he sees her most commonly around the statue of his sister, right? And then forgets. I imagine that's probably that fog, whatever. Because the fog rolls in, sees his sister, and then he forgets.
Yeah. I think we gotta
Guess
wait to see a ghost. Has anyone seen it? Have any of you seen a ghost before? Other than you, Treaty, of course. You see lots of ghosts.
True.
Can't say I've had the pleasure.
Oh yes, of course. It was a yearly event, part of a festival honoring our ancestors. There were many times. Well, there was quite a few times where, as a joke, they would summon some more of the lesser-known troublemakers in our ancestry. They would prank the children and scare them something fierce. It was quite riotous. Oh, I tell you. All right, he's just gonna keep rambling.
He just
Yeah.
Treaty,
So
I have one important question though.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do we die in the clothes that we're wearing at that moment in time?
I mean,
Do I have to
don't-
wear them forever? The
I
same
don't
outfit forever?
personally know, but I do know that some folks I've met in the afterlife, if let's say they were hurt, in certain ways that would have hurt their clothes, and they weren't in those clothes, they were in clothes that they were nicer. So maybe it's something that's like you take your favorite thing with you.
Perfect.
Maybe it's like your best showing of yourself is your spirit
I love that.
or your choice. I don't know.
Okay. So the plan is to wait until night and hope that we see said ghosty. Sure. Okay.
Or at least till we get tired. I mean, it's been a long day.
At least until we get tired. Sure. So you kind of like sit near the statue, right? And wait. And wait. As the day drags on into evening, evening drags on into night, you wait. Eventually, midnight rolls around. And a deep fog begins to roll in. I love that there's been so many cats and that everyone's just like doing things. You have your hand raised, Treaty? Is that
Yes.
okay? Yes. How may I help you? I was reading things. How may I help
If
you?
this is considered a short rest, can I use my arcane recovery?
This is absolutely considered
Okay.
a short rest.
I'm also
Okay.
going to
Sweet.
use my Song of Rest.
Sure.
To
For anyone that might be hurt.
yes.
Absolutely. You would have been waiting for quite some time.
Okay, I'm new to the wizard world. Please explain this to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Arcane recovery, right?
Mhm.
You expend your arcane recovery to recover a spell slot of a certain level. Here it is.
So since we're level 6, I could do like 4 and 2, 3 and 3, 2, 2, 2.
Yes, I believe that's the case.
Okay.
And I can't remember. Here, one second. I can't remember if it's half your level or your level. Once per day you finish a short rest, you can choose expended spell slots. Slots can have a combined level equal to or less than half your wizard level.
Okay.
Rounded up. Okay, so it'll be level 3 or lower, and you can be a combination of like 3 1s, or a 1 and a 2,
Okay.
or a 2 and a 1,
Cool.
1 3.
I'm just gonna do
that
a
kind of
1,
thing.
1,
Yeah, absolutely.
2.
If you roll a hit die, you also recover an additional 4 HP due to the Song of Rest. For those of you that might want to roll hit dice and had gotten hit by something, I believe that was just Surge and Treaty here. Yeah. As you bandage yourselves and wait. Okay. Absolutely. Yeah, so you get 9 back for just the 1 hit die. Okay. Yeah, excellent. The beauty of the park changes as the fog spreads from the base of the monument to Queen Yongsu. Something shapeless and malevolent wraps itself around the statue, coalescing as a robed figure that shrieks in pain and in rage. The mysterious fog covers the entirety of the park, the ghost revealing itself in front of you here.
Oh,
Yes?
I'm just saying.
Oh. Yeah.
I also feel the
She appears as this middle-aged woman with dark hair and mournful features. And you note, in one hand, she holds something that looks mysteriously like the amulet you have in your box. She screeches out here. Who are you?
I'm Treaty. This is fun.
The Surge at your service.
Have you also forgotten me?
No. We know who you are.
Lies.
So sorry.
Lies.
open the box, Trini, open the box.
I
We
was
know who you are.
nothing.
We know who you are. And she's gonna. Like,
I
fumble
am
out of-
nothing.
Come on,
Soon.
sharpish.
They will all be nothing.
I gotta pull it.
You pull it out and open it up, right? Yeah, and you have the box. What do you do with it?
I pulled the amulet out, and
You're like holding it, or you're like shaking in front of her here?
they won't hide. I believe this is yours. I believe this belongs to you.
She looks at it. What? Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, she.
You got this.
She's like,
Uh,
they won't hide. This
I'm-
is. This
I'm
isn't
gonna
your.
put
This is
a-
for your deeds. This was given to you for your deeds. Don't forget who you are. We don't forget. And she's gonna try to like scaredly do a persuasion check. 17.
Ooh. And she stops. The shrieks and wails, and it feels like even the rolling fog pauses for a moment. And then she floats, Treaty. Are you at the front here? Like, are you behind
Yeah,
Flog?
I imagine
Yeah?
she's like,
Like,
as,
have you come
as
up?
bodily close to the party, but in the front, just like.
Yeah. Leaning backwards quite clearly here, right? She's going to float closer to you. And she reaches out a ghostly hand, the one with the matching amulet there, towards you. And she observes yours and looks at it. You tell the truth. The box is open, right?
Yes.
She looks down and sees the cups. My teacup. And you watch as like the visage falls a bit. The grimace, the horror that you saw in the face of the ghost becomes more stable. Becomes more like the woman she used to be. How did you
I sometimes sense things both, planes, both above and below and side by side, and just happen to feel things sometimes. And then the shop owner, the tea shop that you like to go to, he told us that you were very lovely and that you like to drink tea there with your friend, and that you were a hero to the city, and that, but they had taken your titles essentially away from you. And then and she's kind of like nervously yammering now, which is like unlike her, but it's just like I said, you don't really want to encounter all ghosts.
The amulet. I gave it to someone. How did you get it? And you note now that like as the rustling of the ghostly like appearance kind of falls. It's as if like the wind has died around her and her legs touch the ground. Where did you get it? How?
She's like starting to choke on her own like kind of fear and inability to swallow, and she looks at Flan. She's like,
Your friend.
Youngji.
Gave it to us to give to you.
Youngji.
And
he betrayed me. He betrayed me.
But he wants to make amends.
Where is he then? Make your amends, Youngji.
He's fixing your shrine.
Fixing the shrine.
Lighting your eternal flame. That was an eternal flame, right? Eternal flame.
Will he tell the people? Will he tell them? Will he make it right?
Well, here's the thing.
Yep.
So,
He'll make it right. Because if he doesn't, I'm going to break his face in with this shield.
But this beautiful city here that you did so much to help, I think he's afraid for the city's sake that, it might fall apart if the, structure of what has been built is crumbled, if the leadership hears the faith in them, it crumbles. Essentially.
Balance.
So, yeah. I think it's not about him and him saying he's sorry or his. I think it's more about his worry for this place that was your family.
Been worried. He's always put me second. After all the work I did for this country, for this city, after all the things I did for him, he cast me aside. He hid all of it, buried it, said that this, and she thrusts a hand up at the queen's statue, this woman was the one that saved all of these people.
But he really regrets hurting you.
Regrets that I'm going to make him regret it. I am going to make him regret the lies.
Hurting people doesn't answer. Causing other people pain doesn't fix your pain.
Then you have not felt the betrayal of your best friend.
I mean, I have felt betrayal, right, Serge? He knows about betrayal and could probably tell you tales about how
there's been some betrayal.
Serge has been fiddling with the strings on his lute. He's just
You're like, what?
Excuse me?
Do you have any tales of betrayal that ended in goodness and hope? Do you want to try to help here?
I actually have quite the story here. I think I actually have something perfect for the occasion.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Everybody or just him?
Nope.
God damn it.
Just Surge.
Oh, God.
Here we go. Ernie and wisdom saves. Let's see.
Okay,
If
now
you
we're getting
forget.
this one. We gotta have
Ooh.
that. 15.
That's like an all-time record.
That
That's
might be
all-time
your
high for a
highest
wisdom save.
wisdom saving throw that you've ever had. You want to know something, Ernie? That's real
Yes.
good. That's real good. It's a DC 16.
Oh my god.
And for the first time, you actually look up at this ghost because you've been distracted this entire time, and you become incredibly frightened. And you feel that your life force is being drawn out of you.
I think I got just the thing for this.
Okay?
Wait. Never mind. It doesn't. It doesn't. I thought I could use it as a reaction. Dang it, I can't.
You become incredibly scared. Fortunately, you don't fail too much here. If you fail by 5 or more, you also age 1d4 times 10 years.
Wow.
But his beautiful face.
And so, Serge, you become afraid of her, and you freeze. And she looks down at Treaty, who's right here. Give me one good reason that I should not rip the heart from Young G's chest.
Well, I will say that, you know, he might have been unfortunately mistaken with his choice to help this country and this town forget you, but he himself has chosen to always remember you and keep you literally close to his heart. He kept this magistrate amulet literally on his heart this whole time. So, I mean, he could have chosen to move on and forget you too, but clearly he's lingered even in his own garden and like wait to see you when he got to see you. And, you know, I think that's something, right?
She pauses. And again, the form kind of relaxes as if the breeze around has lessened.
I think he's kind of tortured himself all this time, remembering the wrong he's done.
Good. That old oaf. I thought at one point we might marry each other. So silly. I will never forgive him. But you make sure that the people remember me, and I will leave them alone. The people are what I really care for. Not him.
All right.
Promise
Do it.
me.
I promise. I promise.
I promise we'll do everything we can.
She nudges Serge. Stop tuning your instrument. Promise.
Oh no, I'm frozen still.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I guess she wouldn't really know.
Yeah. Nudge, nudge, and you're just like, oh. So be it. I just didn't want to be forgotten.
Well, I can tell you, we are not from here. We're from a completely different space called the Radiant Citadel, and what we can do is try to help you as much as possible here, but spread story about you all the way from here to there too.
I was
we
there
can tell your legend.
for the Citadel's founding.
Really?
Mm.
That's really cool.
I bet you played an important part.
Only to be forgotten.
No. We'll work on it.
Fine. I will hold you to it. And she reaches out and touches you. Greedy. Doesn't hurt, but it feels incredibly cold. You feel a shiver go up your spine. You have 9 days. And the ghost will fade.
And it's what?
The fog recedes. The ghost of Daewon Ha is gone. With just an ominous whisper of "you have 9 days."
I feel like I'm in the ring.
Quite close to that, I think. And I think, honestly, out of a one-shot, that is the best possible place we could end that. Treaty has 9 days to make things right.
I want to keep it for other campaigns. She better not die.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. It was a wonderful time. I'm so glad we got to pull this together. Ellie, thank you so much for making the time, especially last minute, to join us here. You've been an absolute pleasure to have at the table. It's great to see some of the Org cast back in the seats as well. Hopefully we get that back to the season finale whenever we get to it. And thank you all at home for being here as well. We're going to go around, do some shout outs where you can find these lovely people on the internet, follow them there, and then we'll close up for the night. Starting with Elabel. We're starting with you.
Fine, I would go first. I thought I could go last. You don't reverse order.
You got to go last on introductions of your character, so you're now first again here.
Okay.
And the only question, this is the only thing, is that where do people find you on the internet? That's it.
Elbel, so with a 3, on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram.
Is there anything
Really
that you
easy.
would like to shout out in the meantime that you work on or enjoy doing, or?
I have the finale of TTRPG I'm in on Friday, which I'm very excited for. Dragon Riders, where I play a dragon and a rider. And that's an incredible place on the Wandering Inn, which is a really, really fun
Yeah,
adventure there.
I saw that Sheepy was in here earlier as well. Yeah, so I'll go grab that too. But if you guys want to watch more Dungeons and Durgans and more Elbel, hey, this is where you do it. It'll be this Friday. What time?
Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern time.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having me at your table. This has been an absolute blast. I've had so much fun.
I'm so happy. Blurred Without Fear, Ernie. Where can we find you on the internet? The Surge.
You can find me. Yes, you can find me on youtube.com/Blurred Without Fear. I post videos throughout the week about comics and comic book movies and TV shows, and I live stream every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific.
Yes, sir. It's good stuff. If you need comic book knowledge, that is the place to do it. The fantastic Phenomenon playing the best old man dwarf I've ever had the pleasure of playing with. That was awesome. He pitched this as like, so he's gonna ramble a lot. And you know what? You nailed it. You nailed it. It was so good. It was so good. Where can people find you at on the internet? And you better not just say Twitch.
Oh, fine. You can find me on Twitch, though, okay?
Also true.
7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. I go on 4 nights a week. I tend to go 8 to 10 hours. The other 3 days I'm off. Sometimes I'm here. Also Twitter. And then other social media that I don't really use. But, you can look at it. There's stuff there,
You got the important ones down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full-time streamer, so it's the living, it's the life.
If you need the nighttime cast, that is the place to be. It is very chill. It's very good. Thank you very much for joining us at the table again, man. I appreciate it. Making the time. Oh, Leslie. Oh, Treaty. Simply_JXN. Where can we find you at on the internets?
I mean, well, you can find me at Plains Above and Below. I'm just kidding. You can find me on Twitter, it's simply Jix, and I don't remember if there's an underscore in the actual @ or not, but you can.
I don't think so. I think
Yeah.
I have like everyone's Twitch ats up here instead of their Twitter ones.
Oh yeah, and
But,
then I am a variety broadcaster. I used to do creative a lot. I've done a lot of Overwatch, a bunch of different other gameplay, and I want to get back into it. I'm in the peak season at a restaurant that I manage, so it's kind of hard for me to stream right now. But if you want to drop a follow in the hopes that fall brings back another schedule, bring it in.
Yeah.
But
And if
thanks
you
for
want to
having
see
me.
the time lapse of the drawing of Treaty on Leslie's Twitter, that's
was
just
cool.
at simply
Oh, thank
JXN,
you.
no underscore in that one. You can
It's
see what Treaty looks like. It's great.
It's funny, I had no idea there was going to be like spiritual elements to this show. I was just like, it'll just be really funny to play like a budget, like psychic
Yeah.
the whole time. And then come to find out it's like a whole thing. And I was like, okay, like, I guess we're doing this. All right. So I'm sorry if it felt like I
No, it
was
was perfect.
in any ways.
It was amazing.
Taking any reins at all.
No, absolutely not. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for playing this evening. I've had an absolute blast. Hopefully, I can make some time to do more of these. I love the Citadel. It's great. These little adventures are so perfect for like a little 3-4 hour stint.
Yeah, if you guys have extra cash to spend on a book, the Radiant Citadel book is
It's really
beautiful.
good. And
The creatures in there are incredible.
the most useful thing I've found in it is that all of the host countries have their own like descriptions and city descriptions and stuff like that, and you can put them in any game you want. They're built out for you already. It's great. Anyways, thanks for watching. Another nice little one shot of the Radiant Citadel. So until next time, goodbye.